double team, put up the 50-foot half-court shot. You know the one you're good at? Yeah, put it up. It's going to score. We're going to win the game. Yeah, but don't worry, it'll work.
5 seconds left. Joe inbounds to Fred. He's not going to pass. He got men wide open. Instead, he's going to put up a 50-foot prayer. Good. What a shot and what a stroke of coaching genius.
The action.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at the most embarrassing plays of the year. First, we have Calgary's Mike Vernon. Watch Mike trip over his own 2 feet, and he lets Pittsburgh score into the open net. Sorry, Mike, we're going to take a look at it again. Next, we have Thomas Johnson of the New York Islanders. He goes in on a load on John Casey of the North Stars, makes a nice move, and then misses a wide-open net. Now we have Mike Leute of the Whalers. Proves that the post is not always the goalie's best friend. Watch that head, Mike boy. Now watch Troy Murray of Chicago level rookie Everett Santapass. Too bad they play in the same team. Here's another look at it. Slow motion. He's hurt, folks. Wango. Way to keep his head up, Troy boy. Here we have Rick Datkus of the Flames as he teaches us how not to throw a body check. Folks, that's why every team has a dentist. And folks, here's a coach's nightmare. A big lumbering defenseman has the puck on a 2-on-1, and he keeps the puck and pushes it up, doesn't pass it to a big scorer like Nichols. You should apologize, Larry boy. Okay, folks, we're going to look at the toughest season for a player I've ever seen, Jeff Jackson. Folks, any player in the National Hockey League can expect to get banged around a bit, but Jeff Jackson of Quebec gets our vote as the player who's had the toughest season of any guy I've ever seen. First, he got creamed by Shane Corson of the Canadiens back in October. What a check. Then he decides to tango with Scott Melleby of the Flyers, one of the best fighters in the league. Jeff was holding his own for the first part of the fight, but a big right hand from Scott KO'd him. Out cold. Next to his front is Todd Gill's turn to send Jeff for a ride with his big elbow to the head. Watch it come. Here's again in slow motion. You know, the only reason he gets hit is because he's always trying. Finally, it's Randy Belichick of the Devils that sends him for a loop. You know, folks, if the North had more players like Jeff, they might have made the playoffs. The guy never quit. Here. We'll start with Marcel Dion of the Rangers. His low-rich shot goes off Randy Belichick, then goes off Joe Sorella before it beats Bob Dole. That just shows you a good goal scorer can score from anywhere. Here's again in slow motion. Just shoot it on net, anything can happen. Bing, bang, in the net. Don't you touch that. On this play to the boards at the Boston Garden, Kenya Rebchek of the Leafs dumps the puck into the Bruins' end, but it takes a crazy bounce off the board. It goes to Eddie Olczyk and pops it into the open net. Let's see it again. Out in front, Eddie says, I'll take a million of these, folks. Now Ken later as he banks his shot off Green Fork, then Ken Lindgren, and finally Dougie Keane's arm before it goes into the net. Tough luck, Dougie boy. Gonna go Kenya had a beat all the way. Here's again in slow motion. Just put the puck on the net, anything can happen. In the morning, it'll look like a slap shot in the paper. We'll know the difference. Off his arm and in. Now Boston's rookie Craig Janney scores the toughest goal of the season as he banks it in off his face. That was his first goal. Way to go, Craig boy. Now watch it again in slow motion. Puts it in. Those Boston Bruin guys are tough. They know how to use their heads. Can you imagine if he scored 50 goals? Way to go, go, Craig, boy. You'll always remember your first goal every time you look in the mirror. Finally, we have Doug Smith of the Sabres getting the easiest goal of his career as his slop shot takes a weird bend off the glass and completely fools Ken Reagan. Here's another look at it. Slow motion. Hits the glass. Kenny goes behind to get the puck. Bounces over. This guy's pretty good at billiards. For last, or maybe the worst for last, the ultimate doghouse. Poor Gordy Deneen beats Billy Smith with a wicked backhand to the short side to give Chicago a 1-0 lead. Too bad Gordy was playing for the Islanders at the time. No, Gordy's no longer with the Islanders, folks. He's been traded to Minnesota. One final look at it. Darn. Tough luck, Gordy boy.
In round two. He's down again. That time, Neville is up here.
We'll start with tennis. That's Jimmy Connors, who, like fine wine, ages well. Watch a couple of dynamite shots. First, this sort of half-stab volley, then a drop shot. Oh, look at that, on a silver platter. No one's going to get to it. And then the Connors shuffle, which, of course, is becoming very popular. Worst effort by a Canadian heavyweight boxer. That's Willie DeWitt, punching bag against Smokin' Bert Cooper. In fact, DeWitt learned a lesson, a very important lesson here. Never underestimate your opponent, especially if you've never fought a real boxer before. Willie fought nothing but tomato cans. Now he's got a loss to his record. Great for Canada's inferiority complex, huh? Worst pit stop in Daytona 500 history. This is Davey Allison's crew working away, but nobody is going to tighten the lug nuts on the right rear tire. He pulls away, the lug nuts aren't tight, and there goes the tire. You can't win on 3 tires. Never seen it done and never will. All right, second best basketball shot of the week. This half-court beauty from Magic Johnson, which ended the third quarter of the game on Sunday against Boston. Best basketball shot of the week. This whirling dervish Tasmanian devil for 2 and a foul, and the crowd loved it, and why not? Best attempted steal, Boston's Danny Ainge, who goes above and beyond the Call of Duty on that particular play. We'll move to some hockey action now. The Soviets, Valery Kamensky, teaching the NHLers a few things about making moves in close quarters. Look at this, beats 3 Team NHL players, pots one home. Referee, what do? Oh, my, pass, win it. He's teaching the children that. That's awful stuff. Oh, I can't believe it. Best blind pass in pros, Darryl Griffith, behind the back to Thurl Bailey for a dunk. Beautiful stuff by the Jazz. Most aggressive goaltender battling Billy Smith of the Islanders. Here he gives up a goal to Dave Brown, but boom, gets his 2 cents worth in. Nice shot there. At least it doesn't hurt as much. Worst shot ever. Kurt Rambis, a.k.a. Clark Kent, gets the ball, lets one go. Doesn't get anything. Shoots more like Lois Lane. Great Caesars ghost, he says, I can't put one in. Now, that's behind the neck pass. Fred Jenkins of Tennessee. Watch where he goes with this one. Ooh, behind the neck. Gets it right to Tony White for it. Dunk. Beautiful stuff. Now we'll go back to hockey. And a Hebsy for Don Maloney on this beautiful setup to Bobby Carpenter. Watch, he waits. Threads the needle Gretzky style and score. Beautiful. Worst alley-oop. Nebraska sends 2 guys to the bucket. Neither one of them can put the ball in. And down at the other end, this guy's like, he's all alone. He could pitch a tent. He's got an easy 2. Best alley-oop, Sherman Douglas, an unattempted one that goes, well, right in the bucket. I mean, you can't believe your eyes. Yeah, wipe them again and take another look. Finally, the Using Your Head award here. Craig Willannon of New Jersey takes one off the head. It goes in his own net. He's got a headache, and so does his team. They lost 7-0 on this day. Finally, the cheap shot artist of the week, boxer Lloyd Hunnigan on the right here in the first round. He floors Johnny Bumpus. Now, we're between rounds, okay? So they have like a little bell that goes off to start the second round. Well, Hunnigan on the left doesn't wait for the bell. He charges in before manager Lou Duva's out of the ring, and what does he do? Yeah, the guy gets up, the guy goes down. Cheap shot of the week, and even the manager, Duva, wants to fight him here, but he retained his championship, so I guess, you know, he got to win.
The Celtics. The fast break of the month. Celtics, Parrish, Bird, Ainge, and back to Bird. The best stuff of the month. The 76ers, Coulter to Tony to Barkley, and boom. The best contact with no foul called. Kevin McHale of the Celtics. Elbow against Bill Hanslick, and then boom, runs into him. The longest hockey shot of the month. Craig Laughlin, Caps, 85-footer, good. The hardest hockey shot of the month. Tony McKegney, Rangers. Line shot that rips the mask off of Caps goalie Bob Mason, who continues the game. Best hockey fight of the month, 6 foot, 185, Todd Gill of the Leafs in the white, and 6'2", 200, Don Knockbauer of the Flyers in the red. The hockey brawl of the month, the Flames in Vancouver. Tim Hunter of the Flames in the white, goalie Frank Caprice of Vancouver in the dark. Hunter and Caprice go at it again, and then Mark Crawford attacks Hunter. 7 players ejected. In golf, the most unusual sight of the month, Rex Caldwell, who climbs a tree looking for a shot on the 12th hole of the Hawaiian Open. The worst golf rule, Craig Stadler, disqualified for using this towel here in the Andy Williams Open. The best shot of the month, George Burns, 9-iron, 129-yard eagle, 15th hole, final round, Andy Williams, and the ball rolls in. The worst pit job of the month, the crew of Davey Allison, Daytona 500, failing to securely tighten the lugs on the right rear tire. Allison loses the tire and is towed away. The worst performance by an NFL player in February, by Sikahima, who fumbles not once, not twice, but 3 times in the Pro Bowl. The best non-stop exchange by 2 fighters in an opening round. Bantamweights Robert Lopez in the white and Angel Ortega in the gold. The worst sportsmanship award, Donald Curry, who hits Tony Montgomery after he already won the fight on a butt. And Joe McKnight and his trainer, after beating Jimmy Ellis Jr., go at it with Ellis and his trainer again after the fight is already over. The best move by a wrestler, giving his opponent the best seat in the house, Roddy Piper.
Oklahoma's Stacey King, 1 second to go, 75-footer. Yeah, I do it all the time in my driveway. Believe it, it happened. Speaking of looking good, this is Dominique Wilkins of Atlanta, who shoots and misses and gets his own rebound and puts it up and misses and says, geez, what am I going to do to put the ball in? Gets the 3rd time, fakes, puts it up, gets fouled, a 3-point play. Nice work. And you say he's not worth the money they pay him? Wrong. Worst old Frank, the Gatorade shower over the coach's head. Come on, the New York Giants did it 90 times. Best punch, Tommy Hearns. Boom, a right-handed, down goes Denny DeAndres, saying, what am I doing in the ring with this guy? Now we'll go to hockey. Watch Paul McDermott of Hartford with a beautiful pass, takes out the whole Detroit team, and Ron Francis has got the snowbird for a goal. Toughest fight to officiate, Tony McKechnie of the Rangers, Brad Lauer of the Islanders, and Leon Stickle, the linesman, in between these 2 guys, saying, why didn't I be a lawyer like my mother wanted me to? Tennis shot of the week coming up here from Yannick Noah in the far court against Mats Wilander. Watch this diving stab volley for a winner. Très bien, Yannick, très bien. Finally back to the NBA, and a wild shot by Washington's Terry Callis, who doesn't mean to shoot it. He kind of, it goes in anyway, and watch it again. Okay, he's so surprised. Yeah, oh, I planned this. I planned it. Yeah, right. Well, Charlie Bauman of Clemson intercepts. Watch what happens when he gets up. Lower left of your screen, there's Coach Wood. He goes, how you doing? Boom! Hits him. The guy's over 60 at the time. You got to be out of your mind. Crazy guy or what? Anyway, he's going to be missed. Look at this save here by Mario Gosselin against Dave Tippett. Helped Quebec beat Hartford. That was a beauty, right? How about this terrible save by Chico Resch? Don Maloney flips it in. Chico says, I got it. I got it. He goes, oh. That's an embarrassing one. Goes right in. Terrible. Wildest fans, these Paraguayans who thought they were watching a soccer match instead of countryman Hugo Chapacu against Jimmy Arias in the Davis Cup. Now, Chapacu will win the Davis Cup on this shot here as Arias in the near court hits out. And then watch the fans. Like you'd think they just won the war or something like this. They mob him. You'd think David Bowie was playing out there. Best golf shot, this flawless ace by Don Pooley on Sunday that goes, I mean, this one doesn't even touch the cup. Swish, as they say in basketball, $500,000 US. Not bad for one shot. Biggest disappointment, and I mean biggest. 300-pound former champion George Foreman shows none of the old magic, but does show lots of that new fat. Him and King Kong Bundy would make a good tag team. Disgraceful stuff. In college hoops, this beautiful shot by DePaul's Rod Strickland caught our attention, as did a buzzer beater by Austin P. Tony Ray assists Lawrence Mitchell. 1 second to go, and it counts.
Stepanovich of the Pacers, 6'11", 250, taking on Eddie Lee Wilkins, 6'10", 220 of the Knicks. Both players received technicals. The best outlet pass, fake out, and basket of the week, Michael Jordan of the Bulls. The best behind-the-back dribble and pass of the week, there he is, John Lucas to Terry Cummings of the Bucks. The best battle for a loose ball, 7 foot, 250-pound Paul McKeskey of the Bucks, and 6'11", 225, Bill Walton of the Celtics. First down, Boston. Most misses by one man on one trip down court. Lafayette Fatty Lever of Denver. There's one. Give him another shot, guys. There's 2. 0 for 2. Come on, he's hot. Give him another one. There it is. 0 for 3. One more time, Fatty. There it is. Up and everything. 0 for 4. The hockey fight of the week, George Mark of the Devils in the red and Brad Lauer of the Islanders in the white. Worst punishment inflicted on one player, Right there, Brad McCrimmon of the Flyers smashes Thomas Sandstrom, and then he's hit by Dave Brown, who also clobbers Sandstrom. The hit batter of the week, Al Nipper of the Red Sox, who plunks Darryl Strawberry of the Mets. Possible retaliation for Strawberry's homer in the World Series. The golf shot of the week, Don Pooley, Bay Hill Classic, par 3, 192 yards, 17th hole, hole in one. $500,000 for Pooley, $500,000 for charity. The pole vault of the week, Sergei Bubka, Ukraine indoors, 19 feet 7 inches, up and over, indoor world record.
Against the Leafs, a 360 against Bill Root. Gets his own rebound and fires home the goal. It would have made Brian Orser proud. Ugliest brawl right of your screen. Jawbreaker Bobby Gould of Washington against the franchise Mario Lemieux, who's known more as a scorer than a fighter. And Bobby beats up on Mario badly enough that the entire Penguin team's got to come in and save their player. What did the Pens think of Gould a few minutes later when he scored not much? They cuff him to the head. Hey, this is for Mario. We're putting him in the hospital. Best looking couple, Debbie Winger and Timothy Hutton at a recent basketball game. Does Debbie look a little pregos to you? Hey, call the National Enquirer. We got a scoop. Speaking of scoops, look at this tackle scoop shot by Michael Jordan of the Bulls, like he does it all the time. Worst save of the week is golfer Dick Mast, who doesn't save this shot at all. In fact, he gets a little bit wet, to say the least. The best save, Detroit's Greg Steffen, with a gold glove rejection here of Miko Makala. Nice stuff. Worst attempted fighting. Steve Stepanovich of Indiana goes down. He's upset at Eddie Lee Wilkins, and the next he gets up, and what does he do? He slaps him. He should have hit him with his purse. What a terrible job of fighting by Stepanovich. Looks like a Three Stooges film festival. Now, best horse race, Aqueduct, New York. Saintly Cloud, the #1 horse, throws his jockey, Nick Santagara, and heads for the home stretch. Look at him come up the inside. Let's go to the final strides and see where he ended up. Yeah, Saintly Cloud on top. Saintly Cloud will win it, but he didn't have a jockey, so it didn't count. Nice race anyway, though. Finally, the best pass. Look at Spud Webb go behind his head to Dominique Wilkins, who goes in for a reverse layup. If you don't believe it, watch it again. The little Sputnik behind the head. Here's Dominique. Reverse layup. Beautiful.
Steve Thomas, the northbound traffic. If they were cars, they'd be written off.
But incorrectly ruled after the buzzer. Stacey King, Oklahoma 84-footer. The longest NBA shot of the month, Roy Sparrow, the Knicks, 50-footer. The longest swish of the month, Kevin McKenna, New Jersey Nets, 45-footer swish. The best shot by an 8th grader, Danny O'Kane, Madison, New Jersey. The fluke shot of the month, Terry Catledge of the Bullets dribbles too high, but the ball goes in. The fast break of the month ending with an outside shot. Kareem to Magic behind the back to Scott and swish. The best fast break ending with a stuff. Mo Cheeks with a touchdown pass to Barkley to Roy Hinson and the Jam. The best battle for a loose ball, 7-foot, 250-pound Paul McKeskey and 6'11", 225 Bill Walton. The best push with no punches landing, Steve Stepanovich of the Pacers and Eddie Lee Wilkins of the Knicks. No punches landed. The longest hockey shot of the month, Don Maloney of the Rangers, 90-footer and bullseye. The best broken plexiglass with no one getting hurt, Dave Manson of the Blackhawks and Steve Conroy of the Islanders. In golf, the chip shot of the month, Larry Clemens, Doral Open, 15th hole out of the bunker, and the ball rolls in. The longest shot of the month, Don Pooley, par 3, 192 yards, 17th hole, Bay Hill Classic, hole in one. Tennis, best diving return of the month, Yannick Noah against Johan Creek. The fattest fighter making a comeback, 267-pound George Foreman, after a 10-year layoff, winning a TKO. All right, George. There it is. The left hand of the month, Darren Poole, Golden Gloves, fights over second round. The best reaction to winning a decision, Ala Bay King Unique, Golden Gloves, wins the 3-round decision. The pole vault of the month, Sergei Bubka, Ukraine, 19 feet 7 inches, up and over, a new indoor world record. The most embarrassing finish to a track and field event after winning the event. Ben Johnson of Canada wins the 60-yard dash, but goes up and over.
The nominees are Al Secord and Wayne Presley of Chicago, but the winners are the Leaf duo of Rick Vive and Steve Thomas with this rendition of Smash Your Head Against the Ice. Both of them were okay, and shook the leaves out of the cobwebs. But not so for Ron Flockhart with the invisible puck move there. Never did have it. Hebsy to the chicken for this attempt at statutory rape on a Chicago Bulls cheerleader. Fortunately, this young lady wouldn't take the foul moves of the chicken. It's almost a porno movie there. She goes, "Why, you brute?" Hits him with a pom-pom, hits him with another pom-pom, and chases the little runt off the court. In the category of body beautiful, 7'6" Manute Bol, the swinging Sudanese, gets fouled here. Watch the wingspan on this guy. Look at this, looks like a 7'47". He used to fight cheetahs in the African jungles. Now, from the tallest to the smallest, 5'6" Spud Webb of Atlanta with a steal, and a beautiful stuff. The guy's 5'6". And he dunks it. Now, most innovative goal, Michael Pavanka of Washington gets the shot block. What does he do? He taps it up in the air and right over the shoulder of goaltender Kelly Rudy of the Islanders. If you don't believe it, watch it on the replay. Has the first shot blocked and then just sort of bats it up, and it finds the mark for a goal. Finally, punch out of the week. Pernell Whitaker against Roger Mayweather. Pernell in the red trunks with his back to you. Watch the referee get a little too close there. Chris Wallison takes the left to the jaw. Watch it again on the replay. This is a ref who really gets involved in the boxing. Watch the left hook. Boom! Ref takes it. He's out. Actually, he stood up for a while and managed to complete the fight. Lloyd and Pam Shriver Farquhar. Folks, this is doubles tennis. Look at this. Look at this get by Martina. Look at this overhand by Chris. I'm so excited. This was a charity event, and I'll tell you, everybody got their money's worth. Just sensational. Finally, Martina wins it with the smash. Still with the ladies, Betsy King gets our save of the week. This birdie out of the sand helped her win the Dinah Shore tournament, and you tell me if she's happy, the veteran. I do this. I wish I could make one shot like that in my life. Unselfish Hebsy goes to Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons. Watch this. He's got a layup, but what does he do? Oh, he stops and he gives it to his teammate. Is that nice? John Sally with an easy bucket. Soccer goal of the week. Tattoo. That's the guy's name. Tattoo. Watch the scissor kick. Beautiful. Yeah, and much embracing after every soccer goal. You ever notice? A lot of embracing, yeah. In baseball, this defensive gem from John Shelby of Baltimore in the wet grass yesterday at Baltimore, and he robbed Scott Fletcher of Texas, but in the same game, the Rangers got revenge. Here's Eddie Murray with a pop-up left side. Nobody's going to get this one, but Steve Buechele will try. And he gets it. What a great grab. And he does a tumble that Mary Lou Retton would have been proud of. And why do they call third base the hot corner? Well, ask George Brett. Look at this diving stab. And he gets up and throws out Carlton Fisk at first. Finally, where is it, Hebsy? The Borja Salming of the Leafs, who stops this shot and says, where is it? Where is it? Where? It's in my skate. I never saw this in all my years of watching hockey. The puck gets caught in the skate, and then they got to, like, get fireworks out or something like that, explosives to get...
Dominique Wilkins, first on the feed from Doc Rivers. The same game, the other side, 5'7" Spud Webb to Dominique. The best fast break of the week started with a save. It's Dennis Johnson with a save to McHale, to Bird, to Parrish. The best pass of the week behind the back, Pearl Washington to the nets, to Mike Jaminski. The best run into the stands by an NBA player, number 34, Charles Barkley, who sets a new record for going up the most rows. The head butt of the week, Carlos Santos, who butts Donald Curry, boom. And that's it. The fight is over. The best exchange by two fighters, Golden Gloves, Antonio Gonzalez in the gold, Jeroen Andujar in the blue. The punch of the week, excluding the Leonard Hagler fight, Terry Norris, right hand, down goes Nito Reyes. The golf shot of the week last Sunday, Tom Byron, 17th hole, par 3, 45-footer, Greensboro Open, and the ball rolls in. The catch of the week, third baseman Steve Buechele, who takes off, keeps going, and runs up the tarp, makes the grab, and holds on to the ball. The playoff hockey fight of the week, 206'1" Paul McDermott of Hartford in the white, 6'2", 205, Basil McRae of Quebec.
This is on the second extra hole of sudden death, and I mean, you give him 1,000 more, he would never do it again. Then a dynamite dance, and he wins the green jacket. What more can you say? Worst catch by an outfielder is Baltimore rookie Ken Gerhardt, who comes in and says, when I got it, can of corn, Bob's your uncle, duck soup. Now, from the worst to the best, an A for effort here to Met third baseman Howard Johnson, who dives out of his shoes to catch this foul pop-up. Great play there. Now, more great D coming up here. Terry Pendleton of St. Louis drills one to right center. This is Cub rookie Dave Martinez. Bueno, Dave. Muy bueno. Now, best D of the week, Toronto goaltender Ken Reggett. You've seen it before. See if you can pick it up again. Gino Cavallini shot. Reggett with a big save. Leafs win 2-1. What a game. Best no-dribble passing to the Detroit Pistons. Watch the ball never touch the floor. Never touches the floor. And 2 points. Finally, the littlest man in the NBA, Spud Webb at 5'3", blocks Rick Mahorn, then comes down court, takes the ball at the other end, goes in amongst the land of the Giants, up and center field, cuts the ball off on an Eddie Romero single. And as Romero tries to go for two, Mosley says, forget it, and guns him out with a bazooka. He's out of there. More Hebsies for defensive excellence. Mickey Hatcher of the Dodgers bids for an extra base hit, but San Diego's James Steele stretches out and steals a hit. You want more? Roy Smalley looking for a dinger for Minnesota. Long drive deep to right field. Forget about it. It's gone. Devon White goes back, makes the catch. Isn't that a beauty? Of course it is. Best story of the week, John, the Milwaukee Brewers. What a team, huh? Robin Yount here with a great game-saving catch. Juan Nieves throwing a no-hitter. The team hasn't lost. Unbelievable. Somebody give them a blood test. I'm not sure it's true. In hockey, best goalie in limited series, Kelly Rudy of the Islanders against Washington made 79,000 saves, something like that, but they lost count. The calculator broke down. Best impersonation of an accident looking for a place to happen is what I went to say. That's Barry Lyons going into the Cardinal dugout, and an innocent bystander was John Tudor of the Cardinals, broken bone in his knee, out 3 months, happened to be sitting watching the ball game, and that's what happened. Now, best impersonation of Sugar Ray Leonard, Sean Dunston of the Cubs, who got brushed back earlier in this game by Andy McGaffigan, takes some chin music. Here, watch this, though. Great punch ducking by Andy McGaffigan. No punches landed. Nobody thrown out of the game. Now, worst boot, 2 outs, tie game, 9th inning, Glenn Hubbard of the Braves. All he's got to do is step on second for the 4th, and he, whoa! Bill Buckner's School of Fielding, and the Giants win. Finally, most macho player, Steve Garvey of the Padres. Kelly Downs will pitch, and watch where Garvey takes it, right in the jaw.
Here it comes right now, just before the half, 80-footer, one-hander, swish! That's it, Magic Johnson. Then we have certainly the fast break of the week right here coming up last Sunday. That's enough of that one. Here we go. It's McHale to Dennis Johnson. The Bird to the Trailer Parish. The longest hockey game of the week, Islas and Caps, 4 overtime periods. Pat LaFontaine finally ends it at 2 o'clock Sunday morning. The best running catch of the week, Mookie Wilson of the New York Mets, toward the line, reaches out, hits the wall, and holds on to the ball. The best home run of the week, off an outfielder's glove. Ron Kittle of the Yanks, long drive, Larry Herndon back, reaches up, but the ball pops out of the glove for a home run. The worst collision of the week, the A's center fielder Dwayne Murphy and right fielder Mike Davis. Here they come, and boom! Both had to leave the game as Pettis got an inside-the-park home run. The worst fluke accident of the week, Cardinals' Jackie Clark pop up near the foul into the dugout. Here comes Barry Lyons, who runs into John Tudor, broken leg, out 3 months. The longest winning streak of the week, Milwaukee Brewers beat the White Sox, tied the Major League record of 13-0 at the start of the season. The most unusual triple play of the week, the Mets' Wally Backman grounded to Johnny Ray, thrown out. Gonzalez now has Strawberry in a rundown. He's tagged out 2 outs. There's Carter caught between third and home, and Ortez puts on the tag on Carter. A unusual triple play. The best move by a pitcher. Here comes Sean Dunston. Look at Andy McGaffigan. Swing and a miss. The duck of the year. Great move by McGaffigan. The best flip after hitting a home run, the Japanese League. The best double knockdown of the week, Tallahassee first round. Bobby Cameron in the black, Jimmy Hanna in the red, and boom, they both go down.
The Yankees, who looks like he's just seen a UFO. Where's the ball? Look out for your head, knucklehead. Oh, lands about 30 feet in front of him, and he gets it in, so what? But I got to tell you that Claudel can play the game, folks, and if you don't believe me, watch him here as he robs Tom Brookins with a terrific running catch. So there you go. He's a Hebsy Award winner, and then he's a Hebsy Award winner. Now, here's 2 guys that kind of lack communication, Dwayne Murphy and Mike Davis of the A's. Oh! Neither one of them gets the ball. Gary Pettis circles the bases as he's got one inside the park home run easily. The 2 players, well, baseball isn't exactly a non-contact sport. One gets carried off, the other gets carried off on the stretcher. Best basketball shot, Magic Johnson of the Lakers, an 85-footer as time runs out. And it's good. I wish I could just once in my life love to do that. Worst play by an outfielder, a raspberry to Rupert Jones of the Angels. He's got a can of corn. Oh, well, I guess he's got a little butter on the fingers. Hebsy for great D to Kirk Ford of the Cardinals, who robs Jody Davis. Watch this catch. Oh, terrific stuff. Dynamite. And Hebsy's sneer of the week goes to the fans of San Francisco. When the Giants and Dodgers got into a fight, one fan came down. Look at this fan come down, throws beer on the Dodger players. I'm sorry, but I remember when San Francisco was a cool place, you know, they would take maybe, you know, smoke some of that funny stuff, and they were all real relaxed. Now they're going crazy. It's become very violent town. I'm upset. Best goaltending, Ken Reagan of the Leafs, making us all remember the glory days.
Well, from the broadcast booth to the playing field, Bill Schroeder of Milwaukee with a fly ball. Ken Gearhart of Baltimore with a miscalculation. Corey Snyder of the Indians with a pop fly to center. Claudel Washington of the Yankees with no idea. Keep your eye on the catcher. Chris Bando of Cleveland on the attempted steal with the throw, a bit off the mark. Mets catcher Gary Carter never did get the throw off. Juan Samuel stole second. Good pitch, says Gary. April was a month of a host of defensive gems. Eddie Murray with a pop foul. Now here comes Steve Bouchel of Texas to the seats, makes the catch. Off the pop-up, Kevin Mitchell of the Padres says, "I've got it." Gary Templeton says, "No, you don't." And Templeton made the catch. Giants pitcher Roger Mason with the apparent base hit, but Andre Dawson guns him down. And we had our share of embarrassing moments. Ground ball to Joey Cora of San Diego. Plays it with the neat underhand toss, not what he had in mind. And some confusion between Tony Fernandez and George Bell of Toronto, and then they calmly talk it over. Brian Downing of the Angels with a line drive foul at the expense of the television cameraman. He's tough, hangs right in. And then there was Minnesota's Gary Gaetti with a fly ball to left. Darryl Miller of the Angels waiting.
In a marathon 7th game when he made 73 saves, the Islanders advancing. In the Smythe division, Winnipeg rookie Daniel Berthume got off to a great start against the Flames and faced the Jets to their first-round victory over Calgary. Edmonton's hot tandem, Andy Moog and Grant Pure, were two big reasons the Oilers whipped the Kings 4-1. Pure kept up his good work in the Smythe division finals as the Oilers breezed by the Jets in 4 straight games. In the Adams final, Mario Gosselin stymied Montreal in the first 2 games. Brian Hayward replaced Patrick Waugh in goal for Montreal in Game 2 and turned things around for the defending champions. Montreal won the series 4-3. In the Patrick final, Kelly Hrudey kept up his good play against the Flyers, but Ron Hextall proved to be a little hotter, especially in the 7th and deciding game. The Flyers won their division. And in the Norris final, Ken Reagan was a Leaf star in the first 2 games, giving Toronto a 2-0 lead over Detroit. Then veteran Glenn Hanlon replaced Greg Stephan, and his sparkling play forced a 7th and deciding game in the series. Hanlon was hot again last night, moved his team to the conference final against Edmonton. Hot goaltending, a must in the playoffs.
Then I saw you, I couldn't believe it. You took my heart, I couldn't retrieve it. Said to myself, what's it all about? Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast yourself, you will get your way. That's just the way it goes. Oh yeah. That's just the way
First to Hebsy to referee Bob Myers, who took matters into his own hands. Look here, a straight arm to goaltender Brian Hayward of Montreal. Won't let him into the fray. Beautiful shot there. Now, fielding star of the week in baseball, Glenn Braggs of the Brewers. Here he robs Phil Bradley with this catch. No, he bobbled it. No, he's got it. No, he's got it. Nice catch. Okay. Now, the day before, against those same Seattle Mariners, it's Alvin Davis bidding for extra bases. But who is it again? Glenn Braggs. No, folks, that's not a replay. That's a totally different catch. Next, a game-saving Hebsy. Cincinnati's Ron Oster cranks a ball deep to left field. Back goes Philadelphia's Jeff Stone. He waits. He looks up in the sun. He holds. He makes the catch. And a beauty. Now, in Indianapolis, some moron tossed a beach ball on the track during Bobby Rahal's qualifying run at 200 miles an hour. Luckily, he didn't hit it. Somebody should throw out the woman who put the ball on the track. Apparently, it was a woman. Now, most distressed manager, Pittsburgh's Jim Leyland, who got the toss, blew a fuse and then tossed a few things of his own. Hey, that's my bat. But the greatest rabble-rouser of the week is Signor Lupinella. Let's get the umpires in there and have a fight with them. More great defense. Hebsy Gold Glove here to John Moses of Seattle. Yes, Moses comes up with not a sacrilegious catch. Anyway, a Hebsy finally to my favorite and yours, the chicken, who finally got everything he's deserved over the years. Look at that, folks. I call it poultry in motion. Poultry in motion. One of the opponent's net is the last player on the ice. Of the warm-ups last night, Philly tough guy Ed Hospodar took exception to Lemieux and teammate Shane Corson and started this punch-out that eventually featured, all kinds of undressed hockey players, such as Philadelphia's Dave Brown and others. All told, $24,000 plus in fines were levied. Hospodar suspended for the balance of a playoff season, which he has barely dressed for anyway. NHL Vice President Brian O'Neill said both teams were responsible for the rhubarb, but Hospodar was clearly the instigator.
Isaiah Thomas, Pistons, Game 4, 50-footer, good. The fast break of the week. The Lakers, Game 3, Kareem to Scott to Magic to Worthy in the Jam. The best climb into the stands without a ticket, Michael Cooper of the Lakers. The best dive for a loose ball, Dennis Rodman of the Pistons in Game 3. The brawl of the week with no punches landing. Game 3, Rick Mahorn of the Pistons, Kevin Willis of the Hawks, and look at Isaiah on top of Willis. The best dance of the week after the game-winning shot, Isaiah Thomas, Game 4. Detroit wins 89-88. All right, Isaiah. The best catch of the week by a center fielder, Albert Hall of the Braves, who robs Gary Carter of the Mets. The best catch by a shortstop, Ozzie Guillen of the White Sox, robbing Gary Ward. The worst catch of the week, the New York Mets, second baseman Tim Tuffle out, right fielder Darryl Strawberry in. Who's got it? Nobody has it. The most irate manager of the week, Yankees Lou Piniella, who kicks dirt on home plate umpire Dan Morrison and is then grabbed by umpire Ken Kaiser. The boat crash of the week without serious injury. It's Jim Kropfeld on Miss Bud, Lake Washington in Seattle. The hockey fight of the week, Randy Gregg of Edmonton and Mark Lamb of Detroit in Game 2, Edmonton and Detroit. The best move into an opposing team's bench, Esa Tikkanen of Edmonton knocks Gilbert Delorme into the Oilers' bench, and the Oilers won't let Delorme out. Come on, let that guy out of there. Let him play. The best hockey dance of the week after scoring a goal, Stéphane Richer of Montreal in Game 4. The auto crash of the week with only a concussion to the driver, Danny Ngaius, Indianapolis 500. 15 crashes in 2 weeks in the practice runs. The soccer brawl of the week, Indoor Soccer League, Wichita against Tacoma, playoff Game 3. Eric Rasmussen of Wichita is down. He's kicked in the head by Jerry Gray of Tacoma. Mark Curlin pushes Gray. Neil Megason dives on Curlin, and they're fine. The best tennis point of the week with a diving shot, Boris Becker.
2 of his 71 saves in the same game. The most spectacular save of the playoffs, hand-regular Toronto off Gino Cavallini of the Blues. Best dance by a fan, this Fred Astaire of the Stairs at Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. Best dance by a player, Flyers Pelle Eklund after scoring a goal in Game 3 against the Montreal Canadiens. In the costume design category, there's a future Jacques Demers in Detroit City. The Jet Set, who pale by comparison in an all-night white in Winnipeg. And here's what's nude in Toronto, the new look Leaf sweater.
But the winner in costume design, brimming with style, is Toronto Maple Leafs head coach John Brophy. Best animation, runners-up, Ron Hextall of the Philadelphia Flyers, and New York Rangers general manager and coach Phil Esposito. It's the Philly and Phil show. The winner, however, for best animation, who else? Michel Bergeron of the Quebec Nordique. Best supporting actors, Tom Selleck and Steve Guttenberg. Best actor, Bob Froese of the New York Rangers, who scores a perfect 10 after brushing with Philadelphia's Lindsey Carson. The best ending to a soap opera that actually began in the fall of 1986, featuring John Brophy and Jacques Demers. After their Norris final, they embrace. And finally, here are some of the postseason's biggest hits.
Extra bases, but Gary Pettis with a diving grab and poetry in motion. Next up, the St. Louis rookie catcher Tom Pagnozzi. This is a tough play. You got to spot where the ball's going and then, whoa, make a slide and make a nice grab-arena. Now that's Dale Earnhardt in front. Bill Elliott trying to pass him with the Winston 500. Earnhardt goes low, goes high, cuts him off twice. He'd get tickets for that by the Cubs. Then he won the race, Earnhardt, and at the end, watch Elliott here on the radio screen with more than a love tap at 90 miles an hour. Boom. Thanks for winning the race and cutting me off. Very nice. Best pass in basketball. Milwaukee's Paul Pressey. Watch it. Hey, 360 and over to Terry Cummings. And if you don't believe it, here's the replay. A dynamite pass to draw Danny Ainge in. That's good stuff. All right, now, more stuff here. This is Scott Fletcher. Perfect double play ball, but he took his eye off the ball. Our global team looks like that sometimes. Dr. Strange glove. Here, Reggie Williams of L.A. bidding for a chance meeting with a girl in the front row. They exchanged phone numbers, and they're going to get married next week. Most revealing pickoff, Mike Kingery, who rarely lets his hat get off his head. Uh-oh, it comes off, and we all realize now that the reason he didn't want to see anybody take his hat off is because he had hardly any hair. Finally, we'll move to what's wrong with this picture. You tell me. John, what's wrong with this picture? Who did what wrong here? Can you figure it out? All right, well, Gene Mock, the manager of the Angels, says the catcher cannot touch the ball with his mask. Rule 705, paragraph D, only with the glove can you go after the ball. You can't use your mask or any other piece of equipment. Mock was
Hernandez, who tags Joey Cora, but Cora is safe. The brawl of the week. Pete Incaviglia of Texas goes after the Tigers catcher Mike Heath. Both benches empty, restraining Incaviglia, and look at Heath's face with the scratch. Incaviglia ejected. The worst move by a pitcher, upsetted himself. Roger McDowell of the Mets can't pick up the ball, then almost throws it into left field. Saved by Howard Johnson. The worst play by a shortstop, Salazar of the Padres, who lets it go through his leg. The worst catch by a left fielder on a routine fly ball, Bo Jackson of Kansas City. He's got it right. Wrong. The most dangerous move by a third baseman on a foul ball, Doug DeSensei of the Angels, who comes over and hits his Adam's apple. DeSensei is okay. The NBA Brawl of the Week, Game 6, Sidney Moncrief of the Bucks picks up Danny Ainge of the Celtics after being fouled. The touchdown pass of the week, last night, Game 2, Robert Parrish to Jerry Seasting. The fine of the week, $3,000 to Kevin McHale for going after a fan in Milwaukee in Game 3. The Indianapolis 500 crashes of the week yesterday. A.J. Foyt on the first turn, Emerson Fittipaldi on the third turn. Is it possible the size and speed of the cars have outgrown the track? The hockey check of the week, Kevin Lowe of Edmonton checks Brad Marsh of the Flyers in Game 1. The most exciting hockey finish of the week, the Oilers-Flyers Game 2 overtime. The Oilers win it.
of fielding. Yes, Tony Phillips of Oakland diving, gets up and throws out Rennie Gonzalez of Baltimore. Now there's Willie Randolph of the Yankees at the plate. He's not a slow runner. Watch the play Doug DeSensei makes here and gets him by a step. A beauty. The day before, Wayne Tollison of the Yankees with a brilliant effort on this Bob Boone grounder and saves the day with a great play. Wally Backman of the Mets is no slouch either. He's won several Hebsies in the fielding category here. He throws out Joey Cora of San Diego. Now in the same game, Mets pitcher Roger McDowell gets all flustered here and can't make the play. Now look how frustrated he is. He throws the ball in his glove and misses. He missed throwing the ball into his glove. Try that sometimes. It's not easy. Now to hockey, best individual effort of the week, Glenn Anderson of the Oilers, coast to coast. Oh, what a goal that was. The Oilers are going to win tonight, by the way. A Hebsy for the worst hatchet job to Philly netminder Ron Hextall, who looked like Paul Bunyan here against Kent Nilsson. Timber! Down goes Nilsson. Hextall says, well, what was I going to do? He was skating right by me. Yeah. And most flagrant foul of the week, if you can believe it, was worse than that. Watch here, Bill Lane Beer of Detroit tackles Larry Bird in midair. The guy's 260 pounds. He got a $5,000 fine for that, and you thought basketball was a non-contact sport. Huh. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only John McEnroe, who proved again that he has no class at all.
Code violation on sportsmanlike conduct. Warning, Mr. McEnroe.
Come on, give me a break! Come on! This is absurd! I can't believe this!
Folks, we're going to show you, like I said, some of the best penalties of the year. Starting with Gerald Diddick of the Islanders. Watch him get the elbow up and flatten Mike Stapleton of Chicago. I guess so, Andy. I guess so. Here's again in slow motion. Chris Chelios of Montreal. He gets his full 2 minutes worth. And this one is he lays the old two-hander on Joe Newendike's ankle. Whoa, that hurts, eh, Joe? Here's Joe getting it again. This time from one of the best pets the league, Dale Hunter of the Capitals. Watch Dale run Joe into the post at the side of the glass. Bowango, out cold. And finally, one of the best elbows of the year. New Jersey Joe Serrano tops Bob Bassett of the Oilers right in the old chop. Bob got right up, though. Here's one more look at it. Slow motion. Boom. Best bumps of the year. Lyndon Byers of the Broads and Terry Carter of the Nords. Now watch them go at it. Falls down, let them get up. Right hand's going up underneath. These guys are not foolish, folks. Just missing. Finally, they're connected. Carter gets a good one in. Down goes Byers, but they're... I'd have to call this one a draw, folks. I'd call it a draw. A good fight by two good guys. Here we go with Jay Miller and John Kordick. Boy, two heavyweights here. Watch them square off now. Square off. Nobody wants to get in too hard. Couple of lefts, get the hold. Here they go. Helmet's got to come off, folks, and their hands will go. Miller can throw him either side. Watch Kordick now. Once he gets his helmet off, watch him go with that left. Uppercuts and everything. They're not fooling, folks. These guys are not fooling. Two of the toughest heavyweights in the league right here. Now watch Jay tries to grab Kordick's pants and throw him down. The old Stan Jonathan trick. John's not having any of that. They both go down. Cox and Probert, the best set. Wait till you see this one, folks. 45 seconds it goes. These guys are ready. Probert, the best fighter in the league, maybe the second best is Cox. This is Cox's first real big fight. They're standing in here, folks, and they are not kidding. These are what you call haymakers. Look at the crowd going nuts in the back. These aren't the short. These are the haymakers. Goes the helmet. Boy, this is the best I've seen in a long time. Best fight of the year, I'll tell you. These guys are tired, but they're still going. Linesmen, get in there pretty soon. Get in there pretty soon. Robert's tough, and so is Cox. Two of the best right there. Goalies, nightmares coming up. You know, folks, this year, more goalies got hit than I can ever remember. Used to be a no-no. Now watch Donnelly nail Hayward. That Belichick put Hayward out for a couple of weeks with a bad neck. Come on, Gord, pick on someone your own side. Next, we have Cam Neely drilling Ron Hextall, Mawango. Next is the Leaf Russ Cardinal watching him, little Bob Solvay. Solvay separated his shoulder, was out for about 4 weeks. Now watch Buffalo's Kevin McGuire nails Greg Steppen. That's not such a smart move when Probert's on the ice. This time the goalie fights back. Way to stand up, Greg. Get the old blocker in there. I think there's a few guys on Kevin or what? Where's the Buffalo guys? I hope so. And last we have Bob Probert hammering Dougie King. Poor Doug didn't even see it coming. And no one is anxious to tell Bob's coach. We're not giving the goalie a fair shake. So she wants to show the best saves of the year. Starting with Payne robbing Cardinal. When it goes there. Brunetta thwarts Riche. Smith rejects Hall. Levelin stymies the pass. Pure holds back the Bruins. Way to go, Brent. Little Jared Payne comes up big on Gardner. Hang again on Gould. Is this guy psyched up or what? Way to go, he's ready. Patrick Waugh stones the Whalers. Chester betters Gilmore. Up Forrest robs Casper. Whoa, what a save, beauty. Up Forrest again on Sweeney. Chevrolet turns away the Islanders. And for the save of the year, Waugh, the Hawks. Next, we have the best Blues hit list. Cam Neely crunching Davey Tibbett. Greg Cox catches Smale in the trolley track. Scott Stevens punishes Bobby Bassett. Tim Higgins levels Glenn Wesley. Dunard sends Steve Ludzik flying. Whoa. Stevens lures a boom on Neely. Gardner railroads Marquardt. Hits the post. Down he goes. Brooks tosses Gay into the board. Wango. Cam Neely puts Paul Cavallini in the box and Reggie Lemlin won't let him out. Watch him hold the stick. Grab that stick, Reggie. Grab it. The Bros gang up on Brad Marsh. Watch him hit the post. He put on his helmet after this, folks. Down he goes, hits his head. On goes the helmet. Denzel thumps Samuelson. And then Marsh introduces the goalpost. Devin Marquardt, left base Alan Hayward. A beauty. And now it's Marquardt's turn as Belichick puts him through the glass. Mike Eagles hammers Reed Larson. Whoa! Boschman runs O'Callahan. Jeff Jackson dumps Svoboda. Nice hit. And finally, Willie Peck decks Gordy Walker. Way to go, Willie. Well, that's the show for this year. Inside, everyone hides on desire. Outside, no one would know. Danger rolls through the air of the night. Safer not to let go. And while we miss chances, you can almost hear us slipping away.
On the second night of the 87 playoffs, that nifty effort beat Bob Sobey to the final series and Edmonton's Glenn Anderson. That memorable dash was in Game 2 against Philadelphia. Overtime in Montreal, and the next goal, a one-handed goal by Matt Naslund against Boston's Bill Ranford. Finally to Toronto, where the Leafs' Russ Portnoy gives us a textbook example of a one-man show. He beats 3 players, gets his own rebound, and scores with both feet behind the goal line against Greg Miller. Our next category naturally follows. It's great post-goal reactions following great goals. Naslund's one-handed effort and the team's celebration against Boston. For old time's sake, we add Tiger Williams, who still shuffles the Tiger Ray. Chris Nyland of Montreal shows he's really happy in a game against Boston. But our winner, Detroit's John Berg, who resembles former Olympic long jump champion Bob Beeman. This dance, run and leap, puts him in great shape to compete in the 1988 Summer Olympic Games in Seoul, South Korea. Next in line, great playoff save. Kelly Rudy of the Islanders, who had a great playoff, gives us an example. A diving stick save against Washington in their division semifinal. To the Norris division, and Glenn Hanlon, and a lethal right hand against Wendell Clark. The Los Angeles Kings' Rollie Melanson is up next. Here, Rollie, the goalie, reaches as far as he can and takes away a certain goal from Edmonton's Mike Krushelnyski. And finally, back to the Toronto-St. Louis series. Ken Reggett's memorable left-handed snare of a Gino Cavallini blast. Under the category of volcanic eruptions, coaches blowing their tops. Many coaches do lose their cool, but none can do it like Quebec's Michel Bergeron. Here he gives his rather elaborate views of a call in Game 5 of the Habs Quebec set. In our Best Actor category, a Kelly's hero, the Ranger goalie Bob Prose, who on his way to the bench on a delayed penalty is hit by former Flyer teammate Lindsey Carson. Prose then gives that award-winning reaction. Under the heading of Best Hits, we begin with Washington's Lou Franceschetti unloading on the Islanders' Dennis Potvin. In Montreal, Cam Neely of Boston squashed Chris Nyland to the boards with a jolt. And finally, a hit to remember, the Caps' Scott Stevens catches Patrick Flatley of the Islanders with his head down. Under the heading of Best Dressed Coaches, an award naturally to the Leafs' John Brophy for putting the fedora back in the coaches' fashion scene in Game 1 with St. Louis. The coaches weren't the only ones dressing up. Example, Game 2 of the Leafs Blues series, the fans sitting behind Brophy decided to mimic the Leafs coach. In Quebec, a pair of fans during the Habs Nordique series went to elaborate lengths to show their displeasure with the officiating. And to Toronto, for a guy with a real Leaf sweater tattooed on his chest. And finally, an award to your humble servant. That's icing against Detroit. Messier from Capier, the scoring play. Messier.
Center fielder robbing a player of a home run. Eric Davis of the Cincinnati Reds up and over. The best catch by diving center fielder. Brett Butler of the Cleveland Indians, who robbed Wade Boggs. The best catch by a right fielder. Going into the seats after the catch. Mitchell Webster of the Expos toward the line, makes the grab up and over. All right, Mitchell. The best play by a shortstop going in the hole. Ray Canonians of Seattle in the hole on his knees and throws out Joel Skinner. The worst move by a third baseman chasing a foul pop-up. Doug DeSensei of the Angels. There he goes, hits his windpipe, but DeSensei is okay. The worst throw by a pitcher on a butt. Matt Young of the Dodgers, who thinks Andre the Giant is playing first base. The worst move by a pitcher after failing to field the ball hit back to him. Roger McDowell of the Mets, who with the bases loaded, almost throws the ball away in the left field. The most irate manager of the month, Lou Piniella of the Yankees, who kicks dirt on home plate umpire Dan Morrison and then is restrained by Ken Kaiser. The longest shot of the month, Isaiah Thomas, 50-footer against Atlanta. The fast break of the month, the Lakers, it's Kareem. The outlet pass to Scott, to Magic, to Worthy in the stump. The best touchdown pass of the month, the Celtics, Parrish to Seasting, Game 2. The best attempted save of the month, Pistons' Dennis Rodman against Atlanta, loose ball. The best dance after a game-winning shot, Isaiah Thomas against the Hawks in Game 4. Do it, Isaiah. The worst foul of the month with no foul being called. Robert Parrish clobbers Bill Lambier. Parrish eventually fined $7,500. The check of the month, Kevin Lowe, the Oilers, and boom, checks Brad Marsh of the Flyers. The best dance after a goal, Stephane Richer of Montreal. The worst display of goonism of the month, Flyers in Montreal during the warm-ups in Game 6. The worst fan of the month, Philadelphia Flyers fan takes a poke at Oilers coach Glenn Sather and then is ejected and hopefully barred for life. The soccer brawl of the month, Major Indoor Soccer League, Wichita in the red, Tacoma in the white, 4 players ejected and fined $4,000. The boat crash of the month, without serious injury to the driver, Jim Kropfeld, on Miss Bud, Lake Washington, Seattle. The auto crash of the month, without serious injury. Bobby Allison, Talladega 500, and Allison walked away. The longest chip shot of the month, Davis Love III, 8th-hole, 3rd round Atlanta Classic, 40-foot putt, and the ball rolls in. The closest boxing stare of the month, Greg Dixon on the left, Darrell Fuller on the right. Can they get any closer? The most exciting tennis point of the month, Boris Becker, bottom of the screen, Horatio De La Pena at the top, and Becker wins the point.
Easy play, can of corn like picking cherries. I got it. He's got it right in the nose. You believe? Is that embarrassing? In front of 50,000 fans. Now, best save. Conn Smythe winner Ron Hextall was brilliant for Philadelphia. Look at this stop, John. Unbelievable save. You want to see it again? Here it is. Reverse angle. Look at it. Flip-flopping around. Fantastic stop there, like a beached whale. Best pass, Isaiah Thomas. Blind lead of Dennis Rodman for a Dunkarino. But the worst pass was also executed by Isaiah. In the dying seconds, Larry Bird stole it for Boston, got it to Dennis Johnson. Boston beat Detroit. Horrible play by Isaiah there. Best play by a shortstop, Spike Owen of Boston here, robbing Julio Franco with the dive. This stretch scored 6-3. Now, David Palmer of the Atlanta Braves shows a little style here against Jerry Mumphrey. Watch this one. Watch it. Hook behind the back. A little no peaky lobo. And I knew I had it all the time, he says. Chicago's Ryan Sandberg here. Looks like he's got a sure base hit against Atlanta. I mean, it's a base hit, right? Wrong. Deion James comes from out of your screen to make a tremendous diving grab. Finally, an oldie but a goodie, Buddy Bell, on his knees, 37 years old, throws out
the bat of Clark, taking away a 2-run home run. Problems. The comebacker to Bobby Thigpen of the White Sox loses the ball and his footing. Dan Petrie of Detroit with a slip pitch. Hatless Ed Lynch of the Cubs has some difficulties, and a very elusive hat providing a workout for outfielder Dave Martinez. One of the peculiar moments of the season. Roger McDowell of the Mets, upset about this play in disgust, tried to pound the ball into his glove and nearly threw it away with runners on base. Let's check out the defensive end. The ground ball to the Giant shortstop, Jose Uribe, who was able to stumble his way to the double play. Wade Boggs with the pop foul. Here comes Darrell Boston of the White Sox into the stands. A sensational catch. And how about Mitch Webster of the Expos going over the railing and holds on? We had our share of embarrassing moments. A pop-up that led to an adventure for Greg Brock of Milwaukee. Then there was Matt Young of the Dodgers with a throw that is high and wide. And some San Diego confusion. Joey Cora on the back pedal meeting up with teammate Shane Mack, but Cora hung on. The best attempts the past month. Eddie Murray of the Orioles with the pop-up. Doug DeCense of the Angels to the photographer's box and gets caught. Dale Murphy of the Braves with a couple of shots at this one to no avail. And there was Mike Greenwell and Ed Romero of the Red Sox. We conclude with the unusual San Diego pitcher Eric Shaw with the graceful departure. Tony Gwynn with some problems with the weighted donut on his bat. Finally, watch the base runner Ozzie Guillen of the White Sox, who apparently did not appreciate the attempted pickoff, so he lets first baseman Bill Buckner know how he feels about it.
They call him. Nice sliding grab there at Wrigley Field. Now, Cincinnati's Eric Davis robbed Jack Clark of the Cardinals with this great catch. Okay, that was last Tuesday night. The very next night, it's Jack Clark up again. It's Eric Davis in center field again. And it's not deja vu. It's a different catch, but the same result. He robbed him of a home run. Now, Manny Trio of the Cubs with this pop-up at Wrigley Field. It's windy at Wrigley. That's why they call Chicago the Windy City, but Tommy Herr makes the grab anyway. Houston rookie center fielder Chuck Jackson now ignores the warning track and slams into the wall, but makes a dynamite catch. And speaking of crashing, Sid Bream of Pittsburgh finds the gap here. Lenny Dykstra and Mookie Wilson of the Mets will collide literally head on. You know what I mean by head on? Now, the Bream hits the ball. He figures, okay, there's no way they caught it. He's going around the bases. It's an inside-the-park home run, correct? Wrong. Mookie Wilson's got it in his glove. He was okay. Now, here's Ivan Calderon of Chicago with a great... Wait a minute, how did that make it to the Hebsy Award? Oh, okay, they fooled me. Now to golf, worst shot of the week, Dave Barr, the Canadian, who goes from one trap to another, out of the sand and into the water. Then Ayako Okamoto doesn't use quite enough club to get over the trap. And he goes, looked like me out there in the 15th today. Finally, the ups and downs of baseball demonstrated by Roger McDowell of the Mets, who doesn't know which end is up and probably saw the Elephant Man 3 or 4 times. Look at this outfit.
Twist your wrist. Now you got it, baby. It goes like this.
Visitor at first base the other day in the Mets-Pittsburgh game. Let's get a close look at this babe. Not exactly a long, cool woman in a black dress. Look at this thing come out and surprise the bejeebers out of it. He goes, ah! Get away from me. Now, toughest golf shot of the week, Chichi Rodriguez with a very tough lie here, folks. He decides eventually, after not being able to get it out, to take an unplayable lie, loses the stroke, gives his shoes to one of the youngsters in the gallery, and throws those socks, get them out of here, into the pond. Best golf shot, Mike Donnelly, 150 yards away at the Westchester Classic last Friday. Okay, he's got a 7-iron, and he says, let's go for the eagle here. One bounce, and right in the cup. Beautiful shot. I think he was going to do it all the time, right? Crybaby of the week, Darryl Strawberry. The Mets fined twice for being late and fined once for charging Pittsburgh's Bob Kipper. Folks, nobody has a sense of humor these days. Used to be you could hit a guy with a pitch. He'd walk down to first base. He wouldn't rub himself, and everything was fine. Now everybody goes crazy. Great defense. Juan Samuel. Beautiful stop and a great throw to get the speedy Willie McGee at first base. Now, Houston's Bill Doran makes a nice play here on this Tim Flannery ground ball. Stretches out, gets up, makes the play. Nice stretch by Glenn Davis, scored 4-3. Yankee manager Lou Piniella was so frustrated losing to the Blue Jays last week that he gets the heave-ho from the umpire, all right? He loses the argument to the ump and then loses his bubble gum. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. Finally, Dan Gladden of Minnesota with a bunt. It's a beauty. It's got to roll foul. So here comes Kevin Seitzer to help it go foul, but to no avail.
I've been a wrong time. I'd have said the right thing, but I must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trail, but I must have used the wrong call. Head is in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I'm having such a good time. Slipping, dodging, sneaking, peeping, hiding out down the street. See my life shaking with every who I meet. Refract confusion if I'm making itself clear. Wonder which way do I go to get on out of here? Just light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use
on the Reds' Tracy Jones. Acker walks toward home plate, and you can see that Jones is not too happy about it. The umpire kind of casually stands between them. They kind of glare at each other just a bit, and then, uh-oh, here it comes. Yes, sir. The bench is clear again, and just like yesterday, just a big brouhaha out there in the middle of the baseball diamond. Finally, they clear.
Put that ball in a cage that is red hot and running.
Somebody put a tent over this circus.
Just don't move me the way that it should.
pirouettes. On voit justement les fameuses pirouettes d'Andy Smith. Et le meilleur relais de la semaine, c'est un gars qui est considéré comme recrue de l'année dans la Ligue américaine. Il ne faudra pas oublier Mark McGuire, mais c'est devant White des Angels, surveiller son relais au deuxième coussin. Ça avait l'air d'un double tout le long. C'est Larry Parrish qui l'a appris à ses défenses, qu'il avait un bon bras. Et puis le moment le plus inquiétant de la semaine, c'est Joe Carter qui a été atteint en plein visage par plutôt Keith Atherton des Twins du Minnesota. Le résultat de ça, c'est une fracture.
From the world of baseball, good defense. Ozzie Smith climbs the ladder, makes a great stab there against the Phillies. Jeff Hamilton playing third base for the Dodgers will rob Cal Daniels, who sort of pokes one, but out of nowhere. They like to leave their feet sometimes. They make it look better than it really is. Hebsy for the strangest double play. Here they're running in circles trying to get two. Watch it. Runners at first and second, diving catch. There's no catch there. Now the runner here doesn't know what to do. Do I go back? Do I go forth? Did he make the catch? Now watch it. I never saw a guy run home. Never. That's the wrong way. Tommy Lasorda can't believe it. He's amazed by it. Now, if you think that Lance Parrish of the Phillies was happy hitting this home run, watch him as he comes around the bases with the, I would say, the klutziest play of the week here. He trips before he gets home, and he's got to touch it with his hand, which I don't think was planned. Now, if you think being an umpire is easy, you're wrong. And if you can read lips, well, what the heck is that? Now, here comes the manager. He can't believe that he said that to him, but folks sitting up in the stands, sorry, sister, she did not want to hear that at all. And it is dangerous being an ump. Ask Billy Williams yesterday. Boom! Gets bowled over by Zane Smith, suffers a broken right leg. Yeah, and you people at home are still laughing. It's not funny. Being an umpire is tough business. Hopefully Billy will be back. Now, speaking of risky business, guess who this movie star is driving car number 71 at Road Atlanta on the weekend? Hint, he's Paul Newman's partner. He doesn't drive like a Top Gun. He doesn't show all the right moves. He's not a legend, but he certainly knows the color of money. Out of the fourth row, this guy didn't get the ball, lost his glasses. Then just as he's making an escape, the gendarmes come along. That's Igor, and here comes Starka behind him to make sure the fella is escorted to the Steel Blue Hilton in New York. Marriage proposal of the week at the Astrodome. Laura wants to know if, Chuck wants to know if you'll marry him, and she says yes, and can we see the ring? No, we can't, but she gets season's tickets to all the Astros games. Here's Reggie Jackson getting a little bit upset, and we thought we'd give him a Hebsy for this. Not so much for throwing the Gatorade, but he notices the cameraman watching him closely, and watch this. Good way to make friends, Reg. Ooh, that's what the cameraman felt. Now, a wet night at Shea Stadium caused Joe McGrain of the Cardinals to throw one high and outside, and I mean high and outside. A run comes in to score. Worst cap spinner, Wes Gardner. Look at this. He beans Mark McGuire, who doesn't charge the mound, which means there's something wrong with him. However, all his teammates charged out of the dugout to have a little word with Mr. Gardner. Best play by a third baseman, Brooke Jacoby. Worst play by a third baseman, Brooke Jacoby. Now let's see some gold D from Brooks' teammate, Cleveland center fielder Brett Butler, who gets about an 8.8 on this catch and dive and slide. Then there's Vaughn Hayes of the Phillies, trying to do basically the same thing on artificial turf. That's rug burn country there, folks. Finally, 42-year-old Greg Nettles of Atlanta playing third, grounder from Bobby Melvin. No way at the age of 42 will he get him, right? Wrong, he's got him. Beautiful throw by Nettles, just to show you that age has nothing to do with ability, as Greg shows us here. Look at this play.
He comes up and hits a fly ball to left center field. But right now, Wilson's starting to think about the pitcher. And watch what happens here. Oh, Marv Levy. Marv Levy, are you watching that? Sign him up. We just found ourselves a linebacker. What a play there. Willie Wilson taking exception to the brushback pitch. He's also in the second. Home run time. Andre Dawson today. He parks one well over the ivy, and he gets some rude treatment by Eric Schau the next time he comes to the plate. Pitcher taking exception to the fact that Dawson hit the home run. Now you'll see it right here. Hit in the face. That is just a scary, scary sight. And Dawson laid motionless for a few moments. The Cubs bench exploded. Rick Sutcliffe, a pitcher himself, came out to Andre Dawson's defense. And then when Dawson put things back together, he gets up, and the first thing on his mind is to find the guy that did that to him. He's looking for pitcher Eric Schau, who's retreating, and the umpire is giving him an escort to the dugout, but almost didn't help him because Dawson weaves his way through traffic to try to get at him at the dugout. In the end, Chicago won the game 7-5, but the pitchers
This base hit looks, I say looks to score Alan Ashby, but Mitch Webster comes up throwing, and nice tag by Fitzgerald out at the plate. He throws it behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, but he's trying to hit him, okay, when you throw it behind. Now, Billy Gardner says, hey, this is nonsense. He gets warned. Pat Corrales gets warned. Nobody gets ejected. So his second pitch is right at his head, and Butler says, forget it, pal. And then, we'll let that tape take over here.
Oh, my.
Looks like the Chiefs against the Browns or something. Ridiculous stuff. Butler and Jackson were both ejected for fighting. And then when they finally, look at Steve Carlton there. Who am I going to hit, right?
Well, Minnesota hit on the shoulder by an errant throw. Watch the pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela, on the attempted steal. He intercepts the catcher's throw. And how about this confusion on the toss back to Dwight Gooden from both Gary Carter and the umpire? Some intriguing slides in recent weeks. Here comes the run of Terry Francona of Cincinnati. Here he comes for the play at the plate. Nice form, and he's tagged out. Off the base hit. Here comes Doug DeCense of the Angels, and he tumbles his way, but he is safe. The best defensive plays. Check this out. A shot hit deep, but Chuck Jackson of Houston to the wall and hangs on. Oda B. McDowell of Texas with a smash. Deflects off Wally Joyner to second baseman Mark McLemore. He throws to the pitcher Don Sutton for the out. 3-4-1. And how about Stan Javier and shortstop Mike Gallego sloshing their way through the puddles. And Gallego with the sliding catch. We had our share of embarrassing moments. Yankees manager Lou Piniella sacrificing a stick of gum as he goes nose to nose. Here's a shot belted deep to center. Kirby Puckett of the Twins way back. Kirby looking for a ball that got caught in the air conditioning duct at the Metrodome. Alan Trammell of Detroit with a line shot. Toronto's Jesse Barfield apparently lost it in the lights. We close with best attempts. Howard Johnson of the Mets with a pop-up providing a facial for Steve Sachs of the Dodgers. Darrell Boston of the White Sox with a bouncer. Minnesota's Kent Herbeck did not have this in mind. Mookie Wilson and Len Dykstra of the Mets in a collision. Head-to-head, but Dykstra with the catch, and both Wilson and Dykstra were okay. And how about a bunt by Dan Gladden of Minnesota? Kevin Seitzer of the Royals giving it a go. Attempts to blow the ball into foul territory. Nice try.
C'est incroyable ce qu'il peut faire. Et Denny Walling est un peu moins élégant, lui, mais ça va réussir quand même. C'était contre les Expos. Il va retirer Reed Nichols au premier coup de Maintenant, le relais de la semaine, c'est Vince Coleman des Cards de Saint-Louis. Quand on dit relais de la semaine, on se moque un peu de lui parce que c'est un relais français.
We started off with managerial mayhem, courtesy Yankee skipper Lou Piniella, who gets so excited he actually loses it. His gum, that is. Now, here's Lou doing his impression of a mad bull, kicking up a little dust for the umpire. All right, on to some great catches now. First, Minnesota's Dan Gladden with this over-the-shoulder job. Atlanta's Ken Griffey goes up and over for this one. And Milwaukee's Glenn Braggs with a beautiful snag and right. Collision of the year, New York's Willie Randolph trying to score against Don Slott of the Rangers.
sports, and we pick it up with the St. Catharines Blue Jays with a bullpen bop, a nice little two-step. Dick Clark gave it a 75 in American Bandstand. Now, British Open, that's David Frost from South Africa. Can't get out of the bunker, okay? So he tries another one, and the golfing gods were smiling on him because it goes right in the cup. What a shot. Pulls out from the bunker at the British Open. Now, 400-meter hurdles champ Edwin Moses last week in Paris. Coming up to the last hurdle, he's got a big lead, huge lead. All he's got to do is clear the hurdle, and he doesn't do it. Rough year for Edwin Moses, folks. He took a little too many steps between hurdles, slipped, fell, lost the race, and boy, was he embarrassed. Now, Bull of the China Shop Award, this matador in Madrid, who refused to fight the bull. He was accosted by a spectator. Then the other matadors came to his rescue like it was the Spanish Inquisition. Hey, buddy, what do you think you're doing? You're crazy or something? Knocking them all over the place. Never leave the ring with a bull. Now, boxing, no kicking, no scratching, and certainly no kissing. Hey, kissed his opponent. That is Michael Julian against Roger Mayweather. Julian planned to kiss. Mayweather knocked him down and then kissed him afterwards because he had a change of heart. Now, baseball. Steve Lombardozzi at second base here. Off the carom. Watch this. The old one-handed scoop and the out at first to get Dave Winfield. Now, Cardinal outfielder John Morris runs, falls, gets up, makes the catch, falls down again. Try that one sometime. Finally, Pittsburgh second baseman Johnny Ray based it up the middle. No, Ray with a great play, and he got him at first. John, wasn't that something? That was fantastic. Watch it on the replay. Johnny Ray, unbelievable. And Chili Davis is no slowpoke either, and he gets him by an arm.
Almost as good as Tony Fernandez. Let's see.
Breaking ball skied to left. And this ball is going to... It hit a bird!
You believe that?
Bird! I've never seen that.
He doesn't like it.
The Magnificent Seven are warming up in the bullpen, and we'll be with you as soon as Leonard hits into a 6-4-3. 6, 4. Ah, well.
To the left side might be 2. Landsburg to Griffin, who throws it into the dugout, and now it stays in play. Here's Rubin in the second, and they got him.
CFL's Catch of the Week by Jim Sandusky of the Lions, who has always wanted to take on a cheerleader. Both of them are okay. Little baseball ballet tonight. This from the New York Mets, the ball team, not the ballet. This is the Ball Girls Swamp Lake Ballet. And believe it or not, the lady's name is Grace. She splishes and splashes her way to the dugout to resounding shouts of, "Anchor, anchor." Definitely an off-Broadway show. From ballet back to baseball, Catch of the Week, Cardinal John Morris tumbles and makes the catch. Now basketball, baseball, Globetrotter style. Shane Raleigh flips to Mike Schmidt with a fake to first, then the throw to second to get Dave Parker. Mariner Jim Presley here almost makes a one-man double play. Runs down one man at second, almost tags the sliding runner. And then the replay, of course, to show it is almost a real daily doubler. Then, too, there is Surrey's jolly blonde giant, John Tenta, to show us the favored Japanese negotiating position. The flying reverse kamikaze belly flop drop. And tonight, fog falls over soccer as they play the consolation final of the World Under-16 Championship on Canada's easternmost island. They have promised to phone in the score if they ever find out who wins.
Play football for the Raiders also. Here's his tryout. Look at that block against Rick Dempsey. Come on, Bo, last week it was beanball. This week it's football. He's 225 pounds, and he breaks Dempsey's thumb on this play. He was still out at the plate. Now, from block of the week to balk of the week, Kevin Gross, bases loaded, fakes the third, fakes the first, fakes the well, no, he throws the second, but kind of misses and puts it in center field, and a run comes in to score. Hebsy Gold Glove defense here as Buddy Bell rips one down the line, but Tim Wallach makes the play, throws off balance, and gets him at first base. Then there was Albert Hall of the Braves. Thinks he's got a base hit. Steve Jeltz falls, tumbles, gets up, throws, and throws him out. Kirby Puckett of the Twins against another all-star, Ricky Henderson, and Kirby pulls this one down before slamming into the wall. Thank God it's padded. Next, Alan Trammell bids for a home run. Deep to left, deep, deep, deep. Back goes Yvonne Calderon. Back, back, back. Up the fence he goes and makes the catch. Do you believe it? It's true. Mind you, Calderon wasn't always that flashy. Here, he literally stumbles his way to make this catch. He can do it all kinds of ways. He's a real smoothie. Now, the Ollie North Award to John McEnroe, who did this for his country at the Davis Cups on Sunday against West Germany. Nauseating stuff, said Boris Becker. Disgraceful. Flag waving. There's Tatum O'Neal. Where's the kid? Tantrum. Real nauseating.
The way he plays for the other guys, but rumbles in to score anyway. But not as fast as these two racers, Tony Mon and Jacques Cornu. Meeting and parting is such slippery sorrow. On to baseball. Pitcher Kevin Gross does a fake to third, a fake to second, and a brilliant throw to the outfield. Now here's Wes Gardner, throws to George Bell, then does a Charlie Chaplin on the mound. Bell is out, and Gardner's probably still bouncing. Well, that was a one-man show, but here's a Three Stooges performance. The San Diego Padres toss the ball around like it's plutonium. Forgive them, they know not what they do. But Ivan Calderon has it down pat. First, a cute little clown act, but he makes the ice cream cone catch anyway. Now, for the rodeo fans, a new trick. The bull has been hypnotized into believing it's a show jumper, trotting off to gracefully jump the fence, scatter those cowboys, and look for a china shop.
These are the facts. They busted Joe Necro last night in the middle of a job. His gloves looked clean, but his pockets were packed. When the emery board flew out, the boys in blue figured they had their smoking gun. Proof that old Joe had manicured the ball to rob the batters. It's a big case for them. The prime scuffball suspect was Mike Stott of the Houston Astros.
They want to check balls, fine, but if it's working on the hitter's mind, then it does work to my advantage, but you'd have to ask them.
Son, you gotta work late. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime.
Maybe fouled, maybe fair down the line. Hall falls down.
Then you think you got it, but it's something you already had. And you can feel it all around you, but it's something you just can't touch. And I can feel it coming. good things have come to you. I wish I had your happiness, and you had a do, I could 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 do. They tell me you're running free, your days are never blue. I wish I had your good luck charm, and you had a do, I could 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 do. I hear tell you're doing well, good things have come to you. I wish I had your good luck charm, and you had a do, I could 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 do,
Baseball catch of the week has to go to Shane Mack. Up he goes, and he gets it. Collision of the week, Shirley Davis and Mike Alderetti. I got it. No, you got it. No, Mikey's got it. By far the best catch of the week, Kirby Puckett of the Twins, scaling the wall. He nabbed it. Now we've seen the catches. What about misses? Danny Tartable sends one up. The wind gets it. Chet Lemons tries to find it, but he doesn't. For the shoelace catch of the week, and folks, we mean shoelace. Learn to tie those in double knots, Mr. Fajike. Mel Hall meets the wall catch. There's Hall, there's the wall. The hat of the week goes up to Stan Jefferson of the Padres. A towel. Hope it's clean, Stan. The fan of the week, this guy in Atlanta. 7th inning stretch, a sure cure trying to get out of his straitjacket. Obviously, the sandpaper controversy didn't bother Roger McDowell of the Mets. And we close with 2 catches of the week. Great diving catch here by Claudel Washington of the Yankees. And our fan of the week gets the catch of the week. Up the ball goes, a home run. And where does she catch it? In the purse?
He's got it. He trips over his own feet, does he? No, in fact, the shoelaces were a little long, and he gets one spike caught in the shoelace, and down he goes. Yes, a little embarrassing. Now, catch of the week, Jose Canseco of Oakland drills one to left center field. That's Kirby Puckett of Minnesota going back, timing his leap, bringing it back into the ballpark. He robs him of a homer. Now, best catch number 2, it's Kirby Puckett again. No, it's not deja vu. He takes a home run away from somebody else. Best catch, though, by this fan in Philadelphia last night in the stands, no glove, doesn't spill his beer. Watch it on the replay. Andre Dawson wasn't impressed, but this is a screaming liner, a screaming Mimi. Barehanded, doesn't spill the beer. Beautiful stuff. Now, Seattle Kingdom, a tough place to catch a baseball. Here's the Von White of California. Better come in for it. Better go. Oh, heck, where is it? It's over his head. And it's an inside the park home run. That's kind of embarrassing. Now, best golf shot of the week, Ray Floyd, 18th hole, PGA. It's going in the water. It's going in the water. No, it's off the flag stick. Nice shot by Ray Floyd. He didn't win the tournament, though, even though it was a nice shot. Nor did Arnold Palmer, but look at this putt. Look at this, a 50-footer. That's in the back of the cup. Arnie's Army was this.
Calls for this one. He looks, waits. Where is it? He can't find it. That's also real embarrassing, Chet. Gene Larkin of Minnesota hits one looking for extra bases. Gary Pettis going back, off the fence, off his nose. Ouch. That's a double the hard way. And the best putt has to be Arnold Palmer in the PGA Championship.
Baby, I won't do you wrong, and we're gonna have some fun. We're so good together in this crazy world. Well, you can't count on anyone. I climb in a mountain just to get free. I will swim the ocean, and you do the same for me. Got no money lying in the bank. No banquet on my table, got no gas in my tank. When my life is laying on the line, and I'm saying my last prayer, I know you're gonna be there, be Am I blue? Am I blue? Ain't these tears in my eyes telling you? Am I blue? You would be too if each plan with your man just fell through. Am I blue? Ooh, am I blue?
League in Boston where they are weird. This isn't a wrestling match. This is the opposition bullpen. They throw the garbage so that at least they fight back. Now, the fitting thing in there is that they appear to be in cages. And I'll tell you what, they got some weird dress for camera people in Boston. Now, to the left fielders, the best in the game today, Pete Incaviglia. Learned everything he knows from Lonnie Smith. Nice job, Pete. But Lonnie says, hey, watch me, I am the master of left field. Watch the master go to work. Yeah, that Lonnie plays it well, doesn't he? And David Pate finally shows us how you get topspin on your balls. Meanwhile, in right field, how about this play? They weren't all bad. Tom Tolman, Detroit Tigers. Nice sliding catch by Tom Tolman. And in left field, the ball girl. You can almost hear Tim Raines going, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's fair. Look at her. She's getting closer and closer. She reaches and just backs off at the last second. Now let's go back to the left fielders. No Incaviglia or Smith on this one, but Mike Aldretti. Nice shoestring catch, but here's your man of the week. In the right field stands, the guy's got a beer in one hand and he bare hands a line shot in the other. Didn't spill a drop. This is John Morris of the St. Louis Cardinals. Looked a little bit like Lonnie or Pete. And finally, Chicago White Sox, Toronto Blue Jays. Sunday afternoon, didn't play a baseball game. They played an old-fashioned game of running bases. And Lloyd says that's worth 1, 2, 3 points.
And shot of the week is right here by Ken Brown at the PGA, out of the bunker and right in. Beautiful shot and a nice little jig at the side. Now, this is Butch Baird on the Seniors Tour. It's a 4-iron from about 200 yards away. Most of us would like to get it close to the hole. However, most of us aren't on the Seniors Tour. That's an eagle. And then he does the famous Chi-Chi shuffle there. No, it's nothing gross. He's just congratulating Chi-Chi. Now, wildest double steal. Lloyd Mosby, the Blue Jays, steals second. Didn't know where the ball was. Now, thinks the Chicago center fielder had caught a fly ball. So he goes back to first base. The ball gets booted around. And now he goes in back and steals second again where he should have stayed the first time. Anyway, he gets credit for one stolen base. And that's it, folks. Now, belly flop of the week. Bo Jackson of KC looks like the Tasmanian devil here. Okay? Watch it again on the replay. And watch Bo's legs move a little faster than his torso. Right. Yeah, oh, sure he did. Yeah, assist of the week. Speaking of trying, a high pop-up here. Will Clark of San Francisco. Mike Socha, the catcher for the Dodgers, has got it. He's under it. He's got... No, he doesn't, but Mickey Hatcher does. Nice little deflectione there. Finally, football. Number 21 of the Green Bay Packers taking the kickoff from Denver is the first-round draft pick, Brent Fullwood out of Auburn. This is his first kickoff return, follows his blocking, goes by the kicker, appears to be going all the way for the touchdown, but in his haste to celebrate and switch the ball to the other hand, he drops it. It goes through the end zone. No points, but a nice play.
That hits the ball, then watch it go. The roar of the crowd is so damn loud. And if you played the game, you should feel proud. Hot dog in hand, sitting nice in the stands. Power hitter, that's a grand slam. Let's play ball, we're talking baseball.
The runner's going to try to score. Salazar's got him trapped. Now they chase him back to third. They've got two runners at third base. And McFarland, oh, now they lost the runner and they're trying to score a man, and they're going to get a run out of this. The Royals have botched the rundown play.
All we need here is Abbott and Costello to determine who's on first and what's on second. Ripken swings and lines it to left field. Bo Jackson over and lets it get by him. 1 run scores. 2 runs score, and that's going to do it.
Oh, my goodness. A rubber ball.
Tennis ball.
Tennis ball. Is that Willie Wilson?
That's Mr. Wilson.
Dead on.
$1 million a season. Ozzie Smith is a specialist, a defensive specialist. He doesn't get paid to hit, even though he does it pretty well. Where Smith shines is at shortstop.
It's to be paid for, and I think, as far as myself is concerned, I was probably one of the first players that has gotten rewarded financially mainly for defense.
Okay, it's been more or less said, hey, they're paying Ozzie Smith this kind of money to play defense.
In New York, Jeffrey Leonard for the Giants, and he rips it off Dwight Gooden's hip. This is your standard 1, 2, 3 double play. Double jeopardy for home plate umpire Darrell Cousins. He first takes the foul tip off Steve Balboni's bat. In the very next pitch, he takes the entire bat. The ump was forced out on 2 strikes. Keith Moreland of the Cubs had to leave his game as well. 2 outs on the same play. He was out at first. And then out of the game. Mike Shadow. Jim Presley hit it, and Claudel, here's my imitation of Willie Mays Washington with the catch. He saved 2 runs on the play. And then there's Lloyd Mosby of Toronto. He stole second base. And then he turned around, went back, and stole first.
He thought the ball was hit to center field and caught. He wound up on second after all, but 2 stolen bases on the same play, neither of which counted.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Some of the pros.
To know when to stop walking. Don't walk a mile for a camel here. They look like they just stepped out of a saloon. Here's where I draw the line. Okay, I know they want to finish, but come on, time to get off the course, girls, before you cause all kinds of traffic problems. That's sad stuff. Let's go to something more civil, like boxing. Here's Lloyd Hunnigan flooring Mean Gene Hatcher. At 10 seconds of the opening round, Hatcher foolishly gets up, and then later, Hunnigan, at about the 45-second mark, inflicts so much punishment on Mean Gene, who has yet to throw a punch, that finally, like the big tree, he goes down. Now, Hebsy Gold Gloves baseball. First, Tim Flannery, the Padres robbing Vance Law of the Expos with a diving play. Cincinnati's Buddy Bell, a veteran campaigner at the hot corner. Look at this flying leap and throw, and he gets Keith Moreland of the Cubs. Kevin McReynolds of the Mets in left field. This is a tough play. You can break your wrist here. He makes a beautiful backhanded stab now to the links. World Series of Golf. Tom Kite with a lovely shot here. Flies a 5-iron right at the flag, and an eagle. Nice shot, Tom. But Larry Nelson with a sand save here from a tough bunker with a big lip, and he pops it over, pops it in for a birdie, and like real calm about it too, kind of like, oh yeah, I knew I could do that all the time. Let's watch it on the replay here. Nice stroke, up, a little bit of a roll on the soft green, and in the hole. The reason seriously hurt. Here's Phil Bradley of Seattle. Long drive, looking for a home run, but Baltimore's Mike Hart goes up, comes down, doesn't have his glove or the ball, and got a sore wrist because of it. Can I have my glove back, please, guys? Thank you very much. And the ball's inside of it, and they tried to call him out.
Oh, no.
Now, for a clinic on how to get out of a second base, watch closely here. Now, good deep play by Casey Candell and Tom. No. And it's the old hidden ball trick. Now, watch it in slow-mo here, okay? Now, Thompson thinks, hey, the ball's gone to the outfield. Candell and Foley are both looking into the outfield. Then they catch him napping.
Pitch is high and tight, and Bo Diaz comes up throwing. Willie McGee slides. The throw is there, but Barry Larkin misses the tag. He's safe, but Willie doesn't believe it. He walks away and gets tagged. Not exactly what you'd call the hidden ball trick, more like the hidden call and a concentration, perhaps, somewhere in the Ozarks. Here we go. You are safe, and you are out for our play of the day. Hard ground to the first baseman, Pete O'Brien. Makes the backhand stop, gets it to the pitcher, Mitch Williams, who dives and tags Boston out. A great hustle all around makes this play successful on the part of O'Brien, just getting to the ball, stopping it, and getting it to the pitcher, who must dive now to get Boston, who's clearly beaten him. But he gets him for the out, and our play of the day.
Play of the Day, brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you.
At the plate, and watch Paul Molitor. Beautiful diving stab and start the double play. Paul Molitor just last night was finally got himself into the lineup as a player. You might recall when he came off the DL, he'd been DHing for the Brewers, but he's back in the field and doing the job and earning honors for our play of the day.
Play of the day, brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you.
And day out of the Cubs was robbed by Eric Davis. This a game saver for the Reds who beat the Cubs 4-3. Davis was worst throw by a catcher, Seattle's Davey Valley. Worst throw by an infielder, Oakland's Tony Bernazon. And the worst throw by an outfielder, Cleveland's Corey Snyder. In San Diego, pitcher Mark Grant figured out a new way to handle a hot smash up the middle. And in a season of scuff balls, cork bats, and suspensions, Phillies pitcher Kevin Gross was finally suspended for 10 days for his carpentry work on the baseball 3 weeks ago. While Houston's Billy Hatcher broke his bat and had a corker of an excuse for his cork-filled bat, claiming he knew nothing of the cork. The bat, he said, belonged to his pitching teammate, Dave Smith.
Well, and Garcia hits a bullet up the middle. Lancaster makes the catch. See it again. We've got to slow it down. Garcia with a frozen rope back to the mound. Lancaster's reflex action in self-defense was perfect to save his face, avoid injury, make the catch, and make our play of the day.
Play of the day, brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you.
Yes, a great effort by Jimmy Jet. Oh, what a great mark. Oh, there's a huge mark. Oh, what a mark by
It's a long fly ball to center field. It looks like a sure home run, but wait, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Kirby Puckett, who at the mere height of 5 feet 8 inches has become baseball's most notorious home run robber.
I try to play, I'm not going to give him anything, that I can get to.
And Kirby's gotten to a lot of balls this year, so many, in fact, Puckett's teammates on the Twins have almost come to expect these gravity-defying feats from their diminutive center fielder.
What a grab! A patented Kirby Puckett catch in center field.
And also been fortunate to capitalize on it a lot, so I don't really think about it.
He's just very aggressive, and that's the reason why he makes those kind of plays.
Now, what goes through your mind when you see him doing that? Runs away from the opposition. The Twins should remain head and shoulders above the rest of the teams in the American League.
Something familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Something appealing, something appalling, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Nothing for kings, nothing for crowns. Bring on the lovers, liars, and clowns. Oh, situation, new complication. Nothing for dentists or for life. Tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight. something convulsive, something repulsive, something for everyone on comedy tonight. Something aesthetic, something frenetic, something for everyone on comedy tonight. Something that's gaudy, something that's naughty, something for everybody.
Pantaloons and tunics, partisans and eunuchs, funerals and chases,
Baritones and basses,
panderers,
philanderers,
cupidity, timidity,
mistakes,
fake,
rhyme,
fine, tumblers, 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 no royal curse, no Trojan horse, and there's a happy ending, of course. Goodness and badness, man in his madness, big time he opens down alright. Tragedy tomorrow, comedy, 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 comedy.
A tailing shot that Jose Uribe picked out of the air. A look again. Doran strokes it. Uribe stabs it and makes our
manager Lou Piniella, who's working on a way to steal going, and the incredible players going batty. Milwaukee's Greg Brock, after waving at a third strike, reached first safely as Blue Jays first baseman Willie Upshaw got mesmerized. And at Yankee Stadium, Angels pinch hitter Jack Powell with the most unusual occurrence. He hit one out and broke his bat, a broken bat. Home run, indeed, a rarity, and a check for Cork came up negative. But it was Giants outfielder Chili Davis who proved once again he doesn't need a ball to break his bat. After play of 1987.
Mosby picked a good pitch to go on. Terrible throw. Mosby doesn't know where the throw is. He's going back to first base. Is he going to steal first? He steals
Look
first.
at him.
Now he's going to steal second again. I've never seen it before. Who says you can't steal first?
Yes, one of the strange plays of the year. Then there was the base hit down the line. The ball girl apparently thought it was foul. It was not. So she tried to recover. And how about Robbie Thompson of the Giants to steal a second that he's given the impression the throw went to center field. Wrong. He was faked out. Pitchers have their share of problems. Paul Kilgus of Texas with one that got away. This one off the bat of Steve Jeltz of the Phils did not get away. Padres pitcher Mark Grant with the perfect deflection. To the best attempts, Bobby Bonilla of the Pirates with a pop foul. Buddy Bell of the Reds to the railing. Nice try. And how about this bouncer to shortstop Al Pedrique of Pittsburgh? Watch the long fly. Eric Davis going for more bravery. This time will miss the ball and lost his glove. Some sparkling teamwork the past couple of weeks. Chili Davis and Mike Aldrete of the Giants coming together. Aldrete with the bobbling catch. Unique rundown by Seattle with catcher Dave Valley having a bit of a problem. And we go from one spike to another off the spike of the pitcher, Roger Clemens, to shortstop Spike Owens, who gets the double play. And we close with the incredible Hubie Brooks of Montreal attempts to get the force, nails the umpire. You may recall back in 1985, Seattle groundskeeper Alan Cox had some difficulties with a cat. Well, 2 weeks ago, it was Alan Cox again. This time in pursuit of a stubborn bird.
Anyone at all from Mickey Rooney to Rosie Clooney is equally understood. Go out and try your luck. You may be Donald Duck. Hooray for Hollywood.
On the other hand, Williams, what's his first name? Vanjik Williams.
Yann, c'est le lancer du premier coussin par Lou Pignella. C'est une façon originale. Et il y a aussi un nouveau geste au premier coussin. Surveillez ça. Ça, c'est Charlie Hoff entre les deux jambes pour essayer de surprendre le coureur au premier but. Ça,
On aurait cru Pasquale Perez.
Ouais. Vous avez des... alors, il le fait très bien en plus, là. Et enfin, ben, ça, c'est une...
Minnesota. And these guys get Hebsies when a twin hits a home run. Watch this catch here. This guy goes like all the way over, makes the grab. Great stuff on Gary Gaetti's homer. But what happens when the opposition hits a home run? Well, here's one fan's idea of what to do with the ball. He says, ew, it's hit by the opponent. Yeah, throw it back in the field. Bob's your uncle. Yeah. Now, Chili Davis of the Giants. A bit of a space cadet, strikes out here and then says, I don't like this bat.
Oh, no, what a sense of humor.
Yeah, see any cork coming out of that one? Now, Baltimore hasn't had a great year, but Mike Hart looks like a keeper. Watch this play last night. Beautiful diving catch and a bit of rug burn. In fact, Billy Ripken, who got hurt tonight, makes a beautiful double play. Watch a blooper, lets it drop, tags Matt Noakes, and then steps on the bag for a double play. Now, defense, Kirk Gibson of the Tigers, not known for his arm, throws a bullet here to the plate on one hop and nails B.J. Surhoff. Great throw. Keith Hernandez, though, known as a gold glover because of plays like this. Need we say more? That is just fantastic. In football, Alabama's Troy Whitehurst with an interesting pass on the two-point convert. As he's going down, he goes, whoop, 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 whoop. And he makes the catch for 2 points. Meanwhile, Ken O'Brien of the Jets knows how to stop the on-rushing linebacker. He says, I don't want to get hit, so hold it right there, Darryl Talley. Thank you very much. Steelers punter Harry Newsom misses, picks it up, and ends up running for a first down. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Finally, Mark Messier with a great check here on a check named Porsheva. Down he goes.
I've been looking, I've been searching, I've been seeking, I've been searching, trying to find, hey, trying to find, I'm trying to find peace of mind, trying to search all the time, trying to find. Great God Almighty, great God Almighty, great God Almighty, great God Almighty, great God Almighty. It's been a long time coming, and I've been waiting. Great God Almighty, great God Almighty, it's been a long time coming.
Coming up, all wet at Flushing Shea Stadium. The best play by an infield. Houston's Phil Doran to Craig Reynolds to Glenn Davis. Your average 4-6-3 triple play, second triple play of the season. The worst play by an infielder. Yankee shortstop Bobby Meachin gets doubled over, double clutches, and gets charged with a double error. Orioles.
His little number. And watch what he does. Flips it over to Mike Schmidt, who fires over to first in time to get his man. Now, the replay shows Raleigh knew he couldn't right himself in time to make the throw. It also shows that Pena was probably safe at first base. But what the heck? After all that work, give it to the guy. After all, it is the TNM play of the day.
You know, September, pennant races, bad calls by the ump, brings out the best in baseball managers like Frank Lucchese, arguing for next year's contract. Turn the cap around so you don't hit him with the billiard cap and say what you got to say. Now, that's nothing. Cal Ripken of the Orioles, I mean, they've had a rough season, the O's. Mike Hart gets called on strike, says a few words to the umpire, Tim Tashita. Then, Cal Ripken, can you read lips? Oh, come, bull, blah, blah, blah. Sure, you know what he's saying. Can't even win this argument. Now, great defense, gold glove stuff. Mike Aldretti, San Francisco against the wall. He makes the catch. It's an ice cream cone, a two-scooper. His teammate, Candy Maldonado, no slouch either. Look at this. Diving grab on the warning track. That's why the Giants are going to win. How about Montreal's Pascal Perez? Here, he pounces, throws, and gets his man at the plate. Beautiful stuff. Worst defense ever. The Yankees. Dave Winfield in right, Henry Cotto in center. They don't want to step in the quagmire out there. And Henry Avocado drops the ball. And there you go. Best shoulder block. Lloyd Mosby, the Jays on Willie Randolph. Down goes Randolph. Let's watch it from another angle. Hey, what's the shaker going to do here? Okay, there's an NFL strike on. They asked him for $1,000 to be a scab, but he won't. Cheap shot of the week, Mark Napierkowski of the Ticats on Darnell Flash. That's at least 6 penalties that I can count there. Ugliest double play. The Phillies pitcher, Kevin Gross, fakes the bunt, swings away, and it's 6, 5, 3. That's an ugly double play. Easiest triple play. Phil Garner of the Dodgers, and, there's 1. Runners were going. There's 2. There's 3 outs. The easiest bunch you'll ever see.
Nous éprouvons présentement des problèmes de son. Nous espérons remédier à la situation le plus rapidement possible.
Howard the Duck. Actually, that's a Coomeran. It's a member of the Duck family. He kind of showed up at the game tonight, and Howard the Duck gave him a merry chase before he got off the field. You see he's got good form there. Here comes a guy out to get him with a towel, but he's not going to be gassed by that particular move. He spreads his wings and hits it. Gets out of the way. It took him about 15. Yeah, look at it. He's on bird on the wing there. He's not going for the towel. I flew a long way to get here. We thought it was a pelican at first, but our geography was just a little bit off. Anyway, Howard the Duck turning in the play.
Fight of the week. 3 of them, in fact. This is the second of 3 tilts between Steve Martinson, a wild and crazy guy for Detroit, and Big Dave Semenko of the Maple Leafs. And I mean, this is a punch-up. Look at Al Secord taking notes here. Hit him, Dave. Look at Al Secord. He's right into it there. And Martinson got some good blows in, and of course the fight ends when they both hit to death. Best bang-bang play, baseball. Shane Rawley chases his chopper by Tony Pena, flips to Mike Schmidt, 2 bare hands. I've seen it 3 times. It's great. I can watch it another. Worst tackling. Look at Guelph University. Look at these guys tackle. Look at this tackle.
Nice jersey.
Look at this. That's Andy Cicchini of Laurier going all the way for the touchdown.
Cheap jersey.
Now CFL, Trevor Kennard, Winnipeg, kicks the field goal. It's going to come up short. Watch what happens. Bounces off the front post. Look out here. And it's got to be picked up by Jerome Erdman, who goes back, fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Vernon Paul. All right, wildest pop-up, Tommy Brookins, Mike Heath for Detroit. Bumper pool at its best. Great defense by Minnesota's Gary Gaetti. The G-man at the hot corner. Throws out Scott Fletcher. What a play. Now, watch the Dodgers box his run down. Will Clark goes, and he's safe. It's been that kind of year for L.A. But there has been a bright light for L.A. in right field. Mike Marshall running. Makes the catch on the foul line. Gets his uniform all dirty. Finally, catch of the week. Boston College's Tom Watland. One-handed grab. Baby. Let's look at this one again. Even though they lost the game, this is the catch of the year, folks. Look at this. Backwards. And stick them on the hands or what? Good stuff.
Closed it quickly. Terry Pendleton made the greatest one. This snag of a ground ball off Andres Galarraga with the goal.
By Travis Oliver. Terrence Cleveland. Boy, is he knocked. It's feeling a little bit eerie right about now. There goes Oliver. He's hurting. Cleveland is hurting. Now, the good news out of this, we have some fun with it, but they're both okay. Although he's writhing in pain now, he'd get up and play a little bit more. We'll go back and show you again in slow motion. This is what makes a defensive back's day. Look at this. Boom!
In between the Rams and New Orleans, interception here by the Rams, number 43. We don't know his name. All right, he gets, loses the ball. 98, though, picks it up, and he goes for an apparent touchdown here, except as he shifts the ball from one arm to the other, he loses it, and the quarterback who threw the original interception picks the ball up, and goes all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's great.
Cab football, great stuff. All right. Things such as the 4-man wave were very popular because there weren't a lot of fans around. In fact, stay on strike because the Scab fans get better seats. Yeah, a lot of fans disguised as empty seats at last night's game. Good snap there from the center. Got a lot of velocity on that one there, too. In the meantime, out in the... there's next week's coach, and there's next week's quarterback for the Giants. Or the last week. Yeah. Meanwhile, out in the parking lots, the Teamsters argued with some of the fans who tried to get into the game. In fact, one Teamster said, hey, if you want to go into the game, buddy, you're going to have to get by me. In fact, if you want to get to the game, buddy, you're going to have to get by me. One more time. Second best hit of the week. Look at this shot right there by Travis Oliver of California against Terrence Cleveland of Tennessee. Look at that shot. Rattled his teeth. Now a Hebsy to the photographers at Tiger Stadium. I guess you'd call this one paparazzi interference. Get out of the way for crying out loud. Now a squeeze bunt that goes off the side of the plate and rolls up the line. Rolls. And, of course,
broke in, kept his balance, and put it home. But watch again. Brendan Shanahan will flip it into the neutral zone. Verbeek alertly takes it off the defenseman's skate. Breaks in. He's getting hacked and hooked from behind. Goalie Randy Romero comes charging out. Verbeek somehow keeps his balance and then slugs a backhander high to the wide side for our play of the day.
A beauty. Whoa, this one hurts. Watch Chilios come in at the end. Bang. Ricky Vide gets it here. See his glove go? Whoa. Caught in the glass. Little skirmish around the net. Kerr spells wrong. Watch him get up. He's out in his feet, but he won't quit. Down. A little stumble, but the kid won't quit. I love it. And last but not least, here's Bobby Mason using his head.
What's the ball? Does he run into the shower? No. some bozo showered him with beer. But that's not the play of the day. The play of the day part is when the usher detected whoever that idiotic person was and showed that person the exit sign. Our play of the day. Nice job, Usher.
Has been taken by...
Kissio wish he was never even trying to play defense. Look at this setup. Charlie Simmer, who's got an easy goal. Second smoothest move, Boston's Jeff Portnoy brings 3 Washington Caps with him and feeds Cam Neely for a beautiful goal. Third smoothest move, Mark Messier takes 3 L.A. Kings with him and then gets it to Glenn Anderson, who's got the yawning cage. Best defensive move in tennis. This is John McEnroe near court against Yvonne Leno. Horrible lob by Mac, who goes into the private boxes to try. Watch it on the replays. Oh, this is such a bad lob. Maybe I can get it from here. Look at these people in the... Oh, hey, look at that woman. Oh, my. Best college Hail Mary. Cornell trails Harvard by 2. Dave Dasse of Cornell looking for Sean Hawkins, and it's a touchdown. Yeah, I love it. Okay, now worst flea flicker. Georgia does it beautifully. Watch here. Perfect execution by the Bulldogs. And John Thomas is wide open. He could pitch a tent and have a coffee, and he drops the ball. Best bobbling touchdown. This is Tom Pulse of Indiana, who'll grab it, and he'll bobble it, and grab it, and bobble it, and it's a touchdown. All right, now Gold Glove defense. Dan Schatzeder of the Twins. This is yesterday. Look at this. Glove hand scoop. Gets Kirk Gibson by half a step. The Tiger fans didn't like it, neither did Sparks. Finally, lots of streamers in San Francisco the other day. Of course, the best ones are those rolls of toilet paper, which unfurl beautifully and flap in the breeze. And umpire Eric Gregg decided to take matters into his own hands here by doing a little cleaning up. But unbeknownst to Mr. Gregg, some of the stuff was stuck to his shoe. Now you know that everyone in the ballpark laughing at him. Hey, Eric. Got the toilet paper on the old shoe routine, and everyone's giving him a hard time.
Out of bounds. There's the time left. Watch Allen level.
Of course, now in need of a new defensive line coach could be this guy. They say he can really put the big foot down. In the NFL, strike is done. Final score, players nothing, management nothing. The fans won, and here, the one fan dancing for joy. That, of course, signals this to be the final weekend of playing with the other guys. No more bum plays like this one. Hockey now, our goal of the week. Glenn Anderson breaks in, throws more moves than a hyperactive cheerleader, and gets a beauty. Then Paul Baxter's attempted body check so bad the guy benched himself. And the baseball as the series starts. The defense that got the Cardinals to the World Series. A day at the beach for the guys who played the Twins.
The news.
Don Cherry.
The NBA threw its big punch. Fines $16,750 worth. Atlanta Scott Hastings pays $3,000 for his part. $3,500 actually. Tree Rollins of the Hawks and Steve Stepanovich donate a couple of thousand each. Chuck Perkins.
Islanders steaming 3-on-1. It's Brad Lauer to Brent Sutter. Back to Lauer. Back to Sutter and in. Look again. Lauer. It is a goal, very definitely. Here he is. Watch Lauer wait to pull the trigger. He draws the defense to him, both guys, and then feeds a perfect pass to Brent Sutter for our play of the day.
Yeah, spokesman for a peanut butter company who shall remain nameless. And here he is at the 30, and then the 25, and then the 20. What a great open peanut butter. Billy throws the 15 to 10. He's at the 5. He cuts right at the 3. Touchdown.
He works for peanuts.
Yeah, well, probably does. And then an encore run up the sidelines. Now, speaking of animals, folks, bullfighting, look out for our friendly matador. No, folks, the matador's name isn't Ford. But he did walk away. Actually, he passed out a little bit later on. You want to watch it on the instant replay, and you want to tell me the roughest sport in the world? Definitely. Definitely bullfighting. Ole to you, too. Okay? He was okay. So was the bull. Okay, I'm not sure about myself. Best NHL scrap. Jocelyn Lemieux of St. Louis and Bob McGill. 18 straight right from Lemieux. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lockdown, 13, 14, 18 of them. Then McGill. Then a couple more. Then a couple body punches from Jocelyn. And not a bad scrap, and the fans really loved it. Yes, sir. Body check of the week. Wolf's name on a Pittsburgh coming into your picture. But so is David Shaw. And it's Wolf. Remember the Ranger teammates he used to be with? Let's join them for a little snack, maybe. A little Gatorade on the bench. All right, let's break it up. Goal of the week, Pat LaFontaine here of the Islanders with a nice move around Daigneault, a nice move around LaForest, and he won in cage for a goal and a beauty. Catch of the week in football. This is Scab football. Doug Flutie to Larry Linney. Oh, he might make the team. Finally, fake of the week, UCLA. Was it a punt? Was it a running play? Where's the ball? Bob's your uncle. Danny, where is it? All right, now we're going to show this to you one more time and circle the player who eventually gets the ball. Remember, it's from the longest yard. Short snap from punt formation, sticking underneath the guard's jersey, and there you go.
Matt Snyder for the brutal giveaway in his own crease. Hayward comes up with a big save, though. Chicago, Darren Pang for the excellent clearing pass against the Capitals. Whoa, why coaches go great. And watch Winnipeg's Daniel Berthoud spoil his own shutout. Nice pass, Danielle. Turn to shine. And now here's Blues hit list. A little testy, are we, Christy boy? And now here's the worst goal of the week. What happened? What happened? Now here's the two best goals. Magic hands, Pat LaFontaine. Here it is again in slow motion. Boy, you won't see many like this one. Look at number 3. He wants it. Get out of there. Glenn Anderson, watch this backhand. Dingo. Slow motion.
Seaton 4 dropping back. You got to watch this catch. It's just amazing. D. Smith on a Hail Mary, kind of pulling it down and then grabbing it with somebody falling all over the top of him. Kentucky led 14-0 at that point, only to lose a heartbreaker in the final minute. But Glenn 4 to D. Smith. Watch now. The ball is tipped. Smith stays with it, and coming down with a man riding his back, manages to grab it and hold on for a touchdown and our play of the day.
Play of the day.
Last year, he was suspended for 5 games for doing something similar but not quite as bad, and Michel Bergeron pretty upset.
I'm coaching for 8 years in the league. I never see an act like that. I mean, you can't accept that. The league can't accept that. I mean, Thomas Sandstrom is one of the best players in the league, and if players like Brown would try to kill him, I mean, it's not attempt to injure tonight. It's attempt to kill, and I can't take it. I'm telling you, the worst thing I've ever seen in hockey.
NBA action, the Houston Rockets' Robert Reed is inbounding the ball to Steve Harris, who's underneath the basket, goes up, and fortunately, he misses because he was shooting at the wrong basket. Now, the coaching staff is still trying to figure it out on the bench. Bill Fitch trying to keep him laughing. Am I going to cut this guy or what? Now, Steve at the other end says, look, that wasn't me, really. That was somebody else who ran it. It wasn't me. Yeah, it might have been Fred. I don't know. Anyway, here it is again. Steve Harris almost scoring and certainly getting play of the day on.
Where the puck is. Now, how did he score? That's a nice goal. That is a beauty. For all of the week, Brendan Shanahan and Rod Buskus. Really, this isn't the bad part of it, but after New Jersey gets in the penalty box, look at John McClain, the little kids in the front row, and then showtime. And I mean, I don't like this at all. I saw some of this in Madison Square Garden last night, and it's sickening to watch. And I'll tell you something, it's why they don't serve beer after the second period in most of these arenas, if they serve beer at all. This is McClain trying to get over the side glass. The glass collapses. Awful stuff. Luckily, nobody was hurt, and the security kind of walked in there before matters got really out of hand. Most vicious attack, you've seen it before. Dave Brown should get 10 to 15 games or 10 to 15 years in prison for that shot. Now, more beauty moves. Look at Matt Snaslin. He goes coast to coast against Washington Saturday night. Now, as he goes down, he's got the wherewithal to make the deke and score past Clint Malarchuk. That's a nice goal. All right, Hartford's Kevin Dineen against Gary Nyland. And why did the Leafs give up Nyland? Because he plays the puck. Dineen and through the legs of Bob Mason, and a lovely goal. Most one-sided fight. Joe Bugner, a.k.a. the punching bag, against Frank Bruno, who looks like he's playing the bass drum here. Hello, I'm Ringo Starr. Boom, 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 boom.
Joe, get up, Joe.
Now, Bugner afterwards said that he was going to retire.
I think he retired before the fight.
I think he retired about 10 years ago. Look at Frank Bruno just do a total number on Bugner here.
Joe, anybody home?
Stuff. Round's over with. The clock's got 0. The referee says, all right, fight's over with, guys. Get out of there. That's right, 0. Prettiest NFL play. Mike Martin of Cincinnati, okay? Count the Steelers he beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The whole team.
So a little upset. And now here's Blues hit list. Basil McCrane, Chris Nyland. Listen, a lot of guys make fun of Lou Nanny for getting Basil McCrane and paying him $400 grand. Listen, this guy was a team player in Quebec, and he's a team player here. This is just what they needed. Watch this elbow by Joe Sorella, a classic. Al McInnes, that's one goal from the blue line. Billy Smith says, what happened? That almost hit me. And now we have the goal of the week. Kevin McClellan. Watch this deke through the defense. Puts her home. I think he was using Gretzky's stick. Slow motion again. I like that, McClellan. Never quits. A beauty.
Well, that's the show for poetry on ice. Look at this big Penguin center showing why he is the best. Great moves, one-on-one of the ice. How does he do it? I can't do that walking on my feet. But this guy can do it on blades. Tremendous move by Mario Lemieux, earning him play of the day.
For all the times I felt ripped off last year by Mario Lemieux, it's all worth it now.
Where Tom Watson won the event, like 350 G's. Look at this sucker. This is an eagle shot.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
I do it all
like never in doubt. Okay, but worst shot. Watch Curtis Strange here, okay? First, a whiff. That's one stroke. Then, okay, Curtis, relax now. Relax. Chili dip.
Oh, I've done that, too.
That's a quadruple bogey. Let's go to the hoopsters. Okay, this is Steve Harris of Houston. Now, that was a shot on his own basket. So Bill Fitz goes, what are you doing? This guy's cut. And Steve Harris is going, geez, am I embarrassed? Now watch under the basket. Andre Turner is his buddy going, no, no. Thank God it didn't go in. All right, prettiest goal of the week. Steve Yzerman, solo effort against Winnipeg. Wall to wall, coast to coast. Call it what you want. This guy can play. Look at him split the defense. And look at his move. Yeah, when there's a guy on you and you can do that, that's pretty good. Best short-handed goal, Troy Murray of Chicago. Takes out Borja Salming, really puts a fake on Ally Brady. Scores on Kenny Reggett. Yeah, best scraps, Quebec's Terry Carkner, Boston's Lyndon Byers. Watch Carkner land about 6 rights to the head of Byers. Right here, look. Boom, boom. Now look at him, bring the nose he's getting him here. Boom, boom, boom. Great shots. Good fight. Unfortunately, the worst scrap involved Carkner's teammate Gord Donnelly, who is on top here of Willie Flett. It's World Wrestling Federation, knee to the head stuff. But no inquiry. I don't even know if they're going to... Look, Webster Slaughter, hit of the week. Vincey Glenn, almost separates him completely. Denver's Gene Lang takes the pass. He needs a block to get away. He'll get one on the blind side. Watch 41 of Detroit get wiped out there by Ricky Natile. Nice one. San Francisco's Mike Wilson with a catch, and he takes 7 Rams with him. And a couple of draft choices, right. Now, worst kickoff, look at this. Green Bay's Kelly Cook, the kickoff. And it's going to be out at the 1-yard line.
That's wild. Yeah. Watch these states. Both first, Alan Fester. Mario Goslin. Brett Fuhrer. L.A. Glenn Healy. He makes 2 beauties. Watch these hits now. Peter Zezel on Ulf Samuelson. Watch Brad Marks knock Samuelson in the goalpost. Woo! Willie Flett on Gord Dineen. What a shot. And now we're going to have fight of the week. Lyndon Byers, Boston Strong Boy, Quebec Terry Cochner. Watch these 2 guys go. I'm going to call this one a draw. Troy Murray gets goal of the week. Watch this one. Watch Iafrate, and then he slips her home. A beauty, Troy.
Sigma cans a jumper from the paint. Bullets come the other way. Tyrone Bogues all the way down the floor and in. What a shot by Bogues. Let's take another look at that. That's the first long one this season, if I'm not mistaken. Tyrone Bogues, shortest guy in the NBA, turning in the longest shot of the season so far. Come on, Muggsy, let's do it again. Let's call this the mug shot, perhaps. Muggsy Bogues, long distance, calling in the play of the day.
Okay, and watch this. Houston turns it into 2 points. That's the best part. And you know what? Defensive guys never get the recognition. That's how you score points. Now watch Michael Jordan here. Yeah, this is great stuff here. He goes a little slowly. I'll go behind the back. I'll go to this guy. Oh, give it back to me. Thank you very much. Boom, power jam. Save of the week, and he doesn't make too many lately. Philly's Ron Hextall, who's been horrible. But look at this stuff right here. Here's Aaron Rodden. Hextall. But they lost the game. Most animated performer. This is Mojo of the Houston Oilers. He's a trainer. He's got to get that kicking tee while the kickoff. Here he goes, and he spike it. His name's Mojo. Okay, got my Mojo working pretty as gold. Tikkanen, Gretzky, Curry. Gretzky, Curry, pinball. The Edmonton way. Thank you very much. Nice goal. Second prettiest goal, Mario Lemieux, 66. Here he beats Samuelson and goes around Crossman. And, well, there's Hextall getting beaten, although that was a heck of a play. Best Serge Savard impersonation. It's Denny Savard. Watch here from Sunday night as he steals the puck. Now, look at this. But a 200-degree. And then off the goalpost, and he scores. Gorgeous. Gorgeous spin around. The hardest NFL hit. Philadelphia's Terry Hogue unloads on Don Warren of Washington. Here's the pass for Warren, overthrown. Boom! Oh, yeah. Oh, nice shot. Best game face. Forrest Gregg of the Packers smells something fishy in the game against the Bears here, and he's right because the Pack lost it in the last second, and they punt returned like this. Look at this punt return by the Packers. Yeah, I got it. Here, I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll pick it. Oh, this is awful stuff.
Well, 5 seconds left. Willie Reitman kicking for the Bulldog win wide to the left from the 41. But wait a minute. Roughing the kicker. Tigers coach Eddie Robinson mad enough to spit 10 penny nails after that thing was over with. So, it is another shot for Reitman. 15 yards closer, but this one is blocked. Game over, right? Wrong. Offside scrambling. Move it up 5 and try it again, big boy. We'll give you another shot. Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left again. But look at the official. Man, oh man, another offside, and yet another fourth crack for Reitman. This time, he drives it. Why not? He had enough practice at it, didn't he? South Carolina State wins 15-13 the hard way, turning in our first ever encore play of the day.
Basketball and some power dunks. And, of course, Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls heads the list. Next, he may be the smallest player in the NBA at 5'3", and Manute Bol may tower over him. But Muggsy Bogues of the Washington Bullets has moves that'll leave you looking between your legs, literally. And what basketball package would be complete without a Larry Bird play? He takes the ball, fakes the team out of their shorts, and makes it with no time remaining. Bird, unquestionably the best player in the NBA. Here's action around the Islanders' net with the St. Louis Blues trying desperately to get the equalizer, but Kelly Rudy stands his ground, and the Islanders will win this game 4-3. It's again against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
For letting Chris Kotsopoulos score from outside the blue line. Tough to look at, eh, Terry boy? Steve's great save. Keep that head up.